record margin. But having said that, there has been also an appeal that was made by the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh right now.
And singing and dancing that's really happening here at Lata Mangeshkar Chowk here in Ayodhya. In fact, this is the place where we are looking at more and more people who are coming here. Even the locals looking at this dancing festivities that are going on. In fact, they are, dancing. They are singing. There are locals here as well who are just singing along, dancing along. These are also dancers who have come especially to celebrate the day today, especially to celebrate the day today, that is of the Pran Pratishtha. Today is the day that their Ram Lala is going to be inside of the temple, and they will be able to see the darshans. You can see the euphoria. You can see the euphoria here in people and how they are in fact, dancing along with them. We will try to speak to them. We will try to understand what their sentiments are like. मैम आप लोग यहाँ जश्न मना रहे हो ना? क्या मूड है यहाँ पर आज प्राण प्रतिष्ठा होने वाली? बहुत बड़े हैं, बहुत आ रहे हमारे ग्रुप में और बाकी आप देखिए आनंद नहीं कर सकते. हम लोग आनंद आ रहा है, बहुत ही अच्छा लग रहा है. जय योगी, जय मोदी. आज राम लल्ला विराज के प्राण प्रतिष्ठा हो जाएगी. इतने सालों के बाद मंदिर बन जाएगा. मंदिर उड़ा है, ये सब योगी और मोदी की कृपा है, भगवान है. सर मैं आपको भी देख रही हूँ, आप डांस कर रहे हैं, जश्न मना रहे हैं, भजन गा रहे हैं. क्या आज
अरे राम जी आ रहे हैं आज. लग रहा है 500 साल बाद एक्चुअली राम जी आ रहे हैं. हमारे कार सेवा में नहीं आ पाए हम. बहुत धन्य है हमारी किस्मत, हम लोग यहाँ पहुँचे.
आप समझ नहीं सकते हम लोगों की भावनाएं जो हैं वो आज कितनी खुशी से झूम रही हो. आप ऐसे देख रहे, हम सभी लोग झूम रहे हैं कि आज 500 से अधिक वर्षों के बाद हमारे रामलला विराजमान हो रहे हैं. और रामलला विराजमान हो जिसकी भूमि ही भारत है. लेकिन ये सब संभव हुआ तो मोदी और योगी जी की वजह से.
दूसरी दिवाली मन रही है आज. दूसरी दिवाली है माँ सीता महारानी
તમામ કલાકારો છે એ કલાકારો અત્યારે
इस साल से हर साल दो दिवाली
हर साल 2 दिवाली.
ये वाली बड़ी है कि सही वाली?
दोनों महान है, दोनों महान है.
व्याख्या नहीं कर सकते.
ये दिवाली पूरी
आप अयोध्या
अब वो रूट किया है इंग्लिश को हिंदी पे, हिंदी को इंग्लिश को ऐसे करो.
ये खाली हैं सीता जी के मैके
हम
से.
जनकपुर से आए हैं. ये है कि हमारे दामाद आ रहे हैं, उनका स्वागत करने आए हैं. सबका जो हो सकता है वो करेंगे.
हम यहाँ पे आज हमारे महल में विराजमान होंगे.
जो इंग्लिश में जैसा हेडलाइन होगा वो मतलब वो हिंदी इंग्लिश को हिंदी के रूप में रखा तो वैसे क्रॉस
सर हमने 2 घंटे तैयारी करी है, उसमें हमने पूरा ला के रख
रही हूँ और जता नहीं पा रही हूँ.
पूरे दिए से
जो उन्होंने दुख काटा आज सुख में जा रही हैं. तो मैं वर्णन नहीं कर सकती अपने.
यहाँ पर वो मोदी आ रहे तो कितना एक्साइटमेंट है. बहुत
जय राघव लला की जय. That essentially is the mood here, Shaban. And we are looking at every time that we talk to people, they choke a little and they are extremely emotional when they have a second to stop from the singing and the
Well, in
dancing.
fact,
They choke up.
our live coverage from Ayodhya and across all cities of India, we'll be getting you the live coverage in a short while from now. Slipping it a short.
$15,000 placements in 2022-23. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
Following a tragic boat capsize in Vadodara that claimed the lives of at least 16 individuals, including 14 students, authorities have filed a case against 18 individuals in connection with the incident. One person died after a massive fire broke out in a container truck in Thane. The authorities have sent the mortal remains to the hospital for post-mortem. All Kamtapur Students' Union members blocked the railway line near Betkara railway station in Jalpaiguri, West Bengal. The Students' Union demanded for a separate
लोगो तो
state
ऑलरेडी
of
डला हुआ है जो
Kamtapur.
ब्राउजर से काट रखा है. जो ब्राउजर से काट रखा है लोगो ऑलरेडी डला हुआ है.
At the 54th meeting of World Economic Forum, Union Minister Smriti Irani lauded Prime Minister Narendra Modi's development mantra and said that in his 10 years of administration, PM Modi made women the center point of development.
भारत की सबसे
ये जो थंबनेल है ना उसको रिपब्लिकन लोगो डाल के दे दिया।
भारत की महिला को नरेंद्र मोदी ने अपने 10 साल के प्रशासन में विकास का केंद्र बिंदु बनाया। डावोस जहां पर वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक फोरम लगभग 5 दशकों से चल रहा है, यहां विश्व भर के सबसे बड़े व्यावसायिक समूह के प्रतिनिधि आते हैं। वर्तमान में इस डावोस में 300 से ज़्यादा भिन्न भिन्न राष्ट्रों के मंत्री आए हैं और जितने भी ग्लोबल पावर हाउसेस हैं वित्तीय दृष्टि से, वो डावोस में आकर नई बिजनेस अपॉर्चुनिटी तलाशते हैं।
Amid the freezing temperatures in our national capital, Indian forces prepare for the 75th Republic Day celebrations. The parade rehearsals are underway at Kartavya Path in New Delhi. With temperatures staying low, Delhi experiences a cold wave and dense fog enveloping the national capital. The dense fog situation has caused low visibility, due to which several flight operations are delayed and few others have even been cancelled. The White House is closely monitoring the escalating tensions between Pakistan and Iran. National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby said that the White House does not want to see an intensification of conflict in the region. UN Chief Antonio Guterres is concerned about the escalation between Iran and Pakistan and called for any issues between the two countries to be addressed through peaceful means, through dialogue and cooperation.
Rockets between Iran and Pakistan. We've seen reports of casualties on both sides. Again, he urges both countries to exercise maximum restraint, avoid any further escalation. Any security issues, any issues, concerns between Iran and Pakistan must be addressed through peaceful means.
Houthi rebels in Yemen claim to have carried out a missile attack against the American cargo ship. And this, in fact, has been happening, as Houthis military spokesperson said that the attack that took place in the Gulf of Aden comes in retaliation to the strikes by the United States against the Houthis. The UN said that it is deeply concerned by ongoing attacks on civilian infrastructure and the safety of civilians in northeast of Syria. UN spokesperson Stephanie has said that the airstrikes in Al-Haske have led to civilian casualties and caused significant damage to many civilian facilities.
Our humanitarian colleagues tell us they're deeply concerned by ongoing attacks on civilian infrastructure and the safety of civilians in the northeast.
Welcome back, viewers. We are staying with our rolling coverage here in Ayodhya. We can see that there are dancers who are in fact here, who have been performing, and there are across the entire Lata Chowk. You can see them. You can see them in fact dancing. You can see them breaking into dances. You can see them in fact singing as well. अब बताइए आप लोग यहाँ पर परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं, किस तरह का यहाँ पर माहौल है, कितने सारे लोग यहाँ आए हैं, आज दूसरी दिवाली जैसा मनाया जा रहा है। बिल्कुल पूरे अयोध्या में क्या पूरे भारतवर्ष में अयोध्या में और भारतवर्ष में दीपावली का माहौल हो रहा है। जगह जगह देखिए दीप जल रहे हैं और सचमुच में राम लला जब यहाँ पर आए हैं तो चारों तरफ खुशियाँ ही खुशियाँ हैं और हम लोग इतने एक्साइटेड हैं कि हम इतने दिनों से तैयारी कर रहे थे और हमारा सौभाग्य है कि हमारे आगरा के ग्रुप को यहाँ पर परफॉर्मेंस करने का मौका मिला है और यहाँ पे लाखों की तादाद में लोग आए हुए हैं, मतलब अनगिनत संख्या में, और आप ही देख ही रहे हैं कि कितना अच्छा माहौल है और सब में जश्न का माहौल बना हुआ है। काफी स्फूर्ति के साथ आप सब लोग यहाँ पर परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं, काफी सब स्फूर्ति के साथ आप लोग यहाँ पे डांस कर रहे हैं। आप अभी भी डांस कर रही है, क्या कुछ आपको लग रहा है, क्या कुछ इमोशंस है? मैम इतनी खुशी हो रही है, स्वर्ग में आ गए हम लोग, और मतलब कुछ बोल ही नहीं सकते इसके लिए। जय श्री राम। So you can see that they had in fact also breaking into dances as well. आप बताओ यहाँ पे you can see that there are children and women of all ages in fact who are doing this dance. आप बताओ बेटा, आप कहाँ से यहाँ पर आए हो, यहाँ पे परफॉर्म कर रहे हो? अयोध्या किस तरह दिख रहा है? आए तो बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है, बहुत सुंदर है, बहुत सुंदर सजाया गया है, बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है। हम लोग आगरा से आए और हम लोग यहाँ पे बहुत
করতে লাগবে ইংলিশে হিন্দিতে
बहुत खुशी हो रही है। अगर बोल नहीं सकते, बता नहीं सकते।
হ্যাঁ তো আরে তো আমি একলা একলা কি করব?
They can't express what it is that they're feeling. Of course, we are
হ্যাঁ
bringing
ওটাই
you all
দেখো
the rolling coverage here in Ayodhya. The mood is set. People are in fact celebrating this as a second Diwali. We'll be back after a very short break. Don't go anywhere.
হ্যাঁ বল জানি আছে তো আমার এখানে দুটো ওবিএস চলছে আরে কন্ট্রোল অডিও ভাই ডেস্কটপ কর না via OBS কর
Following a tragic boat capsize in Vadodara that claimed the lives of at
Control
least
audio
16
by OBS
individuals,
code.
including 14 students, authorities have filed a case against 18 individuals in connection with the incident. One person died after a massive fire broke out in a container truck in Thane. The authorities have sent the mortal remains to the hospital for post-mortem. All Kamtapur Students' Union members blocked the railway line near Betkara railway station in Jalpaiguri, West Bengal. The Students' Union demanded for a separate state of Kamtapur. At the 54th meeting of World Economic Forum, Union Minister Smriti Irani lauded Prime Minister Narendra Modi's development mantra and said that in his 10 years of administration, PM Modi made women the center point of development.
भारत की सबसे प्रमुख प्रतिभा, भारत की महिला को नरेंद्र मोदी ने अपने 10 साल के प्रशासन में विकास का केंद्र बिंदु बनाया। डावोस, जहां पर वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक फोरम लगभग 5 दशकों से चल रहा है, यहां विश्व भर के सबसे बड़े व्यावसायिक समूह के प्रतिनिधि आते हैं। वर्तमान में इस डावोस में 300 से ज़्यादा भिन्न भिन्न राष्ट्रों के मंत्री आए हैं और जितने भी ग्लोबल पावर हाउसेस हैं वित्तीय दृष्टि से, वो डावोस में आकर नई बिजनेस अपॉर्चुनिटी तलाशते हैं।
Amid the freezing temperatures in our national capital, Indian forces prepare for the 75th Republic Day celebrations. The parade rehearsals are underway at Kartavya Path in New Delhi. With temperatures staying low, Delhi experiences a cold wave and dense fog enveloping the national capital. The dense fog situation has caused low visibility, due to which several flight operations are delayed and few others have even been cancelled.
The White House is closely monitoring the escalating tensions between Pakistan and Iran. National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby said that the White House does not want to see an intensification of conflict in the region. UN Chief Antonio Guterres is concerned about the escalation between Iran and Pakistan and called for any issues between the two countries to be addressed through peaceful means, through dialogue and cooperation.
Rockets between Iran and Pakistan. We've seen reports of casualties on both sides. Again, he urges both countries to exercise maximum restraint, avoid any further escalation. Any security issues, any issues, concerns between Iran and Pakistan must be addressed through peaceful means.
southern Yemen claimed to have carried out a missile attack against the American cargo ship. And this, in fact, has been happening, as Houthis military spokesperson said that the attack that took place in the Gulf of Aden comes in retaliation to the strikes by the United States against the Houthis. The UN said that it is deeply concerned by ongoing attacks on civilian infrastructure and the safety of civilians in northeast of Syria. UN spokesperson Stephanie has said that the airstrikes in Al-Haske have led to civilian casualties and caused significant damage to many civilian facilities.
Our humanitarian colleagues tell us they're deeply concerned by ongoing attacks on civilian infrastructure and the safety of civilians in the northeast of Syria, as the security situation there is deteriorating. Over the past week, multiple airstrikes at Al-Hassake have led to civilian casualties and caused significant damage to several facilities, including power stations and oil production fields, which could negatively impact the availability of gas, fuel, and electricity going forward.
Mahua Moitra got no relief from the Delhi High Court as she approached Delhi High Court to allow her to stay in her official residence, which is 9B Telegraph Lane. But today, Mahua Moitra, the expelled member of Parliament of TMC, who she was expelled from the Parliament on 8th of December 2023, and today her official residence, government residence, have been completely evicted, and clearly could be seen the visuals as the police officials.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As you're watching our rolling coverage from Ayodhya Pran Pratishtha, is just about hours away. The grand consecration ceremony will be taking place at the Ram Mandir today, ending a 500 years long wait. Remember, the Ram Janmabhoomi movement has seen a lot of struggle. Finally, what we see is a culmination of that long battle that has been fought by many to see the rightful place of Ram Lalla. In fact, the entire temple city of Ayodhya is completely decked up. In a short while from now, Pran Pratishtha ceremony is going to begin. Prime Minister is expected to be landing in Ayodhya roughly around 10:25 in the morning, and thereafter the consecration ceremony will begin. Over 8,000 dignitaries are currently present in Ayodhya, starting from industrialists to dignitaries coming in from outside India. We'll take you through every small details coming in from Ayodhya as India celebrates this
YouTube का main channel trailer पे.
But first, these are the headlines.
जो ज़्यादा चल रहा है.
हाँ, 4.2 को डालो मेरे इस पे.
ट्रेलर इस पे मेन एक्सक्लेमेशन पे.
भारत का भी सेम करो, डाइवर्ट करो. इंग्लिश चैनल नहीं है बांग्ला पे.
इधर मेरे 3 चल रहे हैं. शोभित ने उधर शोभित भी खड़ दो.
Security blanket across Ayodhya. Rapid action force deployed as the holy city waits to witness Pran ceremony. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to arrive in Ayodhya at 10:25 in the morning to take part in the grand consecration ceremony. Opposition leaders, starting from the Gandhis to Arvind Kejriwal to Mamata Banerjee, all are now skipping the consecration event. Top industrialists and Bollywood celebrities arrive in Ayodhya to attend the grand Pran Pratishtha ceremony. Celebrations across the country and world over. The opening of the Ram Temple. Ladies and gentlemen, today marks the break of a new dawn in Ayodhya. The long-awaited day has finally arrived, marking the end of centuries of anticipation, generations of struggle, and the fulfillment of the vow made by the Prime Minister. Ayodhya Ram Mandir is not just a temple, ladies and gentlemen, but a symbol of faith, unity and cultural heritage. The construction of the temple is a landmark event in the history of India, signifying the triumph of truth, justice and righteousness. In fact, as we are just about hours away from the Pran Pratishtha ceremony, many across the country are now celebrating it. Here on Republic TV, we get you the mood of the nation. But first, let me also go across to my colleagues Suesha and Priyanka in a short while from now. We'll also try and go across to Rakshita, who are there in Ayodhya, getting us a sense of what's really happening, because we are told that the celebrities as well as other dignitaries have all arrived. They've already started entering the Mandir premises. Over to you, Suesha. Get us the latest details.
Oh yes, absolutely, Shravan. While this is the buzzing chalk at Ayodhya right now, and let me show you that at every nook and corner you see the kind of security, you see the kind of people, dance performances literally happening at every 200 meters. I quickly want to show you this special police booth that has been created right here to not just help out the locals but also help out women especially. You see, the police have set up this booth and they are handing out these notes, these pamphlets to the people. They are explaining to them as to what they need to do, how they can dial the right numbers in terms of security. And this woman officer here, let's quickly get a word from her. Namaskar, madam. आप लोगों ने ये बूथ सेटअप, मैम ये 1090 से है हम लोग विमेन पावर लाइन, ये 24/7 विमेंस के लिए हेल्पलाइन है, और कोई तुरंत मतलब पुलिस को आवश्यकता है तो 1112 में करके हम लोग उनको तुरंत पुलिस पहुंचाते हैं विमेंस के लिए, विमेंस के हेल्प के लिए। कोई स्टॉकिंग का केस हो या कुछ भी हो तो तुरंत, या फैमिली में कोई प्रॉब्लम है तो ये तुरंत 112। अलग-अलग तरह के बूथ सेटअप किए गए हैं। ऑब्वियसली ये वाला रोड जो है ये वीआईपी मूवमेंट के लिए भी है, यहाँ पर लोकल्स भी हैं। किस तरह से आपने सिक्योरिटी को बांटा हुआ है? ये सिक्योरिटी को बताइए।
मैम, वुमेन सिक्योरिटी के लिए जागरूक करना अपने माध्यम हम लोग महिला जागरूकता के लिए यहाँ पर आए हुए हैं।
Like you see, this is a special booth that they've created right here. In fact, this is the chalk that connects Ram Ki Pedi, Lata Mangeshkar Chowk, Ram Katha Park, and also right here is the road that goes to Hanuman Gadi, where
क्योंकि मेरे यहाँ से चल रहा है इंग्लिश टू हिंदी, अब इस पे चलाओ हिंदी।
In fact, Ram Ki Pedi is
something that they've completely blocked. Every minute from now, literally, you will keep seeing these police vans, because not are they just checking the security arrangement, but they are also making the way for the seers, for the special guests who are arriving here, moving towards Hanuman Gadi, and then eventually for the consecration ceremony. Like we had been telling you, there are special forces, there are cops, and heavy police contingent that is right here. Also the locals who have prepared special dances, special performances. In fact, I will have to walk from here, which is not very easy at this point given how tight the security is. But at every nook and corner, there is a nagada dhol, there is color, there are children who are dancing, they are performing, and of course,
साइड में चैनल लोगो रहेगा,
that you hear
मतलब
every now
रिपब्लिक
and
टीवी
then.
लाइव,
Abhishek.
वैसे रिपब्लिक भारत लाइव, एक चाहिए बस सबका।
Let's also go across to Priyanka, who's joining us from Lata Mangeshkar Chowk. Now, remember, that also happens to be another iconic place in Ayodhya. As we get those images, more and more movement that's taking place. Priyanka, you've spoken to a lot of people over the last few days, getting us a sense of what many would be saying. Finally, the long battle, the long struggle comes to an end today.
Well, yes, and that's what this excitement is about, Shravan, Abhishek, because we're looking at dancers who have been hard at this work since morning. They have been dancing. They have a large grin on their faces, a large smile on their face. Year-to-year smiles across the city of Ayodhya that we are seeing of people. All of them, in fact, singing and dancing. All of them, in fact, expressing their joy, expressing their enthusiasm, because as you pointed out, this is a wait of 500 years that is coming to an end. We will try to speak to them if we can, because they are, not taking a break for even a minute from dancing. They are in fact celebrating. In fact, people of the city of Ayodhya are also dancing with them. They are also coming here to in fact see the dances. They are looking at this entire celebration that is going on here. We will try to speak to the dancers first and try to understand how they are, celebrating this. आप लोग बताइए किस तरह से आप लोग यहाँ पर माहौल यहाँ पर जश्न का बना हुआ है दूसरी दिवाली की
बहुत ही सुंदर यहाँ पर आयोजन हो रहा है और पूरे उत्तर प्रदेश में क्या पूरे भारतवर्ष में भगवा ही भगवा लहरा रहा है और जय श्री राम के नारे लग रहे हैं और दीपावली का महोत्सव हो रहा है। दीपावली से भी ज्यादा बढ़ के आज खुशियाँ यहाँ पर लोगों में दिखाई दे रही है।
सालों का इंतजार आज खत्म हो रहा है।
बिल्कुल सालों का इंतजार यहाँ पर खत्म हुआ है और ये आगरा का जो ग्रुप है भगवा रंग में यहाँ पर श्री राम लला के आयोजन में तो बहुत अच्छे से नृत्य कर रहा है। आप देख ही रहे हैं किस तरीके से सब खुश हैं।
We are going to be taking a small break and we'll be back on the other side with our rolling coverage. Don't go anywhere.
Following a tragic boat capsize in Vadodara that claimed the lives of at least 16 individuals, including 14 students, authorities have filed a case against 18 individuals in connection with the incident. One person died after a massive fire broke out in a container truck in Thane. The authorities have sent the mortal remains to the hospital for post-mortem. All Kamtapur Students' Union members blocked the railway line near Betkara railway station in Jalpaiguri, West Bengal. The Students' Union demanded for a separate state of Kamtapur. At the 54th meeting of World Economic Forum, Union Minister Smriti Irani lauded Prime Minister Narendra Modi's development mantra and said that in his 10 years of administration, PM Modi made women the center point of development.
भारत की सबसे प्रमुख प्रतिभा भारत की महिला को नरेंद्र मोदी ने अपने 10 साल के प्रशासन में विकास का केंद्र बिंदु बनाया। डावोस जहां पर वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक फोरम लगभग 5 दशकों से चल रहा है, यहां विश्व भर के सबसे बड़े व्यावसायिक समूह के प्रतिनिधि आते हैं। वर्तमान में इस डावोस में 300 से ज़्यादा भिन्न भिन्न राष्ट्रों के मंत्री आए हैं और जितने भी ग्लोबल पावर हाउसेस हैं वित्तीय दृष्टि से, वो डावोस में आकर नई बिजनेस अपॉर्चुनिटी तलाशते हैं।
Amid the freezing temperatures in our national capital, Indian forces prepare for the 75th Republic Day celebrations. The parade rehearsals are underway at Kartavya Path in New Delhi. With temperatures staying low, Delhi experiences a cold wave and dense fog enveloping the national capital. The dense fog situation has caused low visibility, due to which several flight operations are delayed and few others have even been cancelled.
The White House is closely monitoring the escalating tensions between Pakistan and Iran. National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby said that the White House does not want to see an intensification of conflict in the region. UN Chief Antonio Guterres is concerned about the escalation between Iran and Pakistan and called for any issues between the two countries to be addressed through peaceful means, through dialogue and cooperation.
rockets between Iran and Pakistan. We've seen reports of casualties on both sides. Again, he urges both countries to exercise maximum restraint, avoid any further escalation. Any security issues, any issues, concerns between Iran and Pakistan must be addressed through peaceful means.
Houthi rebels in Yemen claim to have carried out a missile attack against the American cargo ship. And this, in fact, has been happening as Houthis military spokesperson said that the attack that took place in the Gulf of Aden comes in retaliation to the strikes by the United States against the Houthis. The UN said that it is deeply concerned by ongoing attacks to civilian infrastructure and the safety of civilians in northeast of Syria. UN spokesperson Stephanie has said that the airstrikes in Al-Haskeh have led to civilian casualties and caused significant.
रिपोर्टर फीड 8 मीटर चल प्लस रिपोर्टर फीड
This is the Lata Mangeshkar Chowk, and needless to say, the celebrations are happening in full force. Like you see, I'm on the stage right now, and these are the dancers from Prayagraj who have been preparing for months to put together this performance. Remember,
एक सेकंड आया
one of the stage performances that
अरे कहाँ है
there are several such that are happening, and every 200 meters, the music is loud, Ram slogan is here, and every 100 meters, Hanuman ki joy. And this is the lady from Prayagraj. कब से आप तैयारी कर रही है
ये डांस की तैयारी हम लोग बहुत दिनों से कर रहे हैं। इतना बड़ा उत्साह है, इतना हम लोगों के अंदर एनर्जी है कि हम लोग सुबह 5 बजे से लगातार बिना रुके डांस करते ही जा रहे हैं।
राम भक्ति आज इतने जोरों शोरों से सभी लोगों को हम बता रहे हैं। क्या लग रहा है आपको आज मंदिर बज रहा है, आना ही था?
ये एक ऐतिहासिक दिन है आज का ये दिन।
मैंने टेक्स्ट दिया है, तुम जो स्टार बना रहे हो हिंदी का
So like you see this performance happening right here, Hanuman ji ki jai, Ram ji ki jai, and they have been preparing for months several such performances. There are nagaras, there are dhols, people are beating the drums. The VIP movement that continues to happen here from this street, as you see cars after cars that are moving, and the colors are right here on display. Not a single color that you can miss, as this entire road that has been adorned with flowers. There is a lot of security movement, heavy media contingent, but the dance, the celebration, because this is the day that they have been preparing for months. Remember, it was the Supreme Court voted 4 years ago, and finally in 2024, the Ram Mandir becoming a reality. In a short while from now, the consecration ceremony that is set to begin when Prime Minister will arrive. Meanwhile, the streets in Ayodhya are buzzing. I'm standing here at the very main chowk in Lata Mangeshkar Chowk, as it is called, where right on that side is Ram
जियो न्यूज़ को लाइव फीड वो कैसे फीचर करेंगे? जियो वो सपोज टू यूज अ यूट्यूब फीड. वी हैव ओनली नॉट सेंड देम द फीड. चारों लैंग्वेज का डाइवर्ट फटाफट करके भेजो यार. अरे मैंने बांग्ला कन्नड़ा का सारा कुछ डन है. सारा कुछ डन है.
Witnessing the celebrations right here at Lata Mangeshkar Chowk. Young little girls from Prayagraj who have been preparing for months, and remember, it's not going to stop here. They have been dancing here from days, and they will continue this as we lead into the Pran Pratishtha ceremony that will take place shortly from now. We will also start getting pictures of Prime Minister. But let me quickly talk to these girls. आप कहाँ से हैं? प्रयागराज. और कब से आप लोग ये डांस की परफॉर्मेंस कब से तैयार कर रहे हैं?
बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है।
जय श्री राम, जय श्री राम. That is the sentiment that is echoing all across, and all those people who are now celebrating in full force ahead of the Pran Pratishtha ceremony.
इसका थंबनेल चेंज करो जरा, बंगला से उधर बंगला वाले स्ट्रीम पे है, थंबनेल बनाओ।
15,000 placements in 2022-23. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
Following a tragic boat capsize in Vadodara that claimed the lives of at least 16 individuals, including 14 students, authorities have filed a case against 18 individuals in connection with the incident. One person died after a massive fire broke out in a container truck in Thane. The authorities have sent the mortal remains to the hospital for postmortem. All Kamtapur Students' Union members blocked the railway line near Betkara railway station in Jalpaiguri, West Bengal. The Students' Union demanded for a separate state of Kamtapur.
भारत पे इंग्लिश चल रहा, उठाओ उसको।
At the 54th meeting of World Economic Forum, Union Minister Smriti Irani lauded Prime Minister Narendra Modi's development mantra and said that in his 10 years of administration, PM Modi made women the center point of development.
भारत की सबसे प्रमुख प्रतिभा भारत की महिला को नरेंद्र मोदी ने अपने 10 साल के प्रशासन में विकास का केंद्र बिंदु बनाया। डावोस, जहां पर वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक फोरम लगभग 5 दशकों से चल रहा है, यहां विश्व भर के सबसे बड़े व्यावसायिक समूह के प्रतिनिधि आते हैं। वर्तमान में इस डावोस में 300 से ज़्यादा भिन्न भिन्न राष्ट्रों के मंत्री आए हैं और जितने भी ग्लोबल पावर हाउसेस हैं वित्तीय दृष्टि से, वो डावोस में आकर नई बिजनेस अपॉर्चुनिटी तलाशते हैं।
Amid the freezing temperatures in our national capital, Indian forces prepare for the 75th Republic Day celebrations. The parade rehearsals are underway at Kartavya Path in New Delhi. With temperatures staying low, Delhi experiences a cold wave and dense fog enveloping the national capital. The dense fog situation has caused low visibility, due to which several flight operations are delayed and few others have even been cancelled.
The White House is closely monitoring the escalating tensions between Pakistan and Iran. National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby said that the White House does not want to see an intensification of conflict in the region. UN Chief Antonio Guterres is concerned about the escalation between Iran and Pakistan and called for any issues between the two countries to be addressed through peaceful means, through dialogue and cooperation.
Rockets between Iran and Pakistan. We've seen reports of casualties on both sides. Again, he urges both countries to exercise maximum restraint, avoid any further escalation. Any security issues, any issues, concerns between Iran and Pakistan must be addressed through peaceful means.
Houthi rebels in Yemen claim to have carried out a missile attack against the American cargo ship. And this, in fact, has been happening, as Houthis military spokesperson said that the attack that took place in the Gulf of Aden comes in retaliation to the strikes by the United States against the Houthis. The UN said that it is deeply concerned by ongoing attacks on civilian infrastructure and the safety of civilians in northeast of Syria. UN spokesperson Stephanie has said that the airstrikes in Al-Haske have led to civilian casualties and caused significant damage to many civilian facilities.
Our humanitarian colleagues tell us they're deeply concerned by ongoing attacks on civilian infrastructure and the safety of civilians in the northeast of Syria, as the security situation there is deteriorating. Over the past week, multiple airstrikes at Al-Hasake have led to civilian casualties and caused significant damage to several facilities, including power stations and oil production fields, which could negatively impact the availability of gas, fuel, and electricity going forward.
Mahua Moitra got no relief from the Delhi High Court as she approached Delhi High Court to allow her to stay in her official residence, which is 9B Telegraph Lane. But today, Mahua Moitra, the expelled member of Parliament of TMC, who she was expelled from the Parliament on 8th of December 2023, and today her official residence, government residence, have been completely evicted, and clearly could be seen the visuals as the police officials are right now here outside the residence of Mahua Moitra. In fact, the officials from the Directorate of States are also outside the residence of Mahua Moitra. The key of her residence have been officially handed over to the officials of Directorate of States earlier. Also, the first time when Mahua Moitra approached Delhi High Court clearly stated Mahua Moitra that she should request.
'भोजपुरी है, प्रकार भी भोजपुरी का ही है।
We just were amidst a very beautiful performance from Gorakhpur, and they were of course dancing to songs dedicated to Lord Ram and Sita. We just missed out on that. We'll be sipping to a very short break. News and updates continue on the other side. Stay tuned.
Well,
15,000 placements in 2022-23. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
Following a tragic boat capsize in Vadodara that claimed the lives of at least 16 individuals, including 14 students, authorities have filed a case against 18 individuals in connection with the incident. One person died after a massive fire broke out in a container truck in Thane. The authorities have sent the mortal remains to the hospital for post-mortem. All Kamtapur Students' Union members blocked the railway line near Betkara railway station in Jalpaiguri, West Bengal. The Students' Union demanded for a separate state of Kamtapur. At the 54th meeting of World Economic Forum, Union Minister Smriti Irani lauded Prime Minister Narendra Modi's development mantra and said that in his 10 years of administration, PM Modi made women the center point of development.
भारत की सबसे प्रमुख प्रतिभा भारत की महिला को नरेंद्र मोदी ने अपने 10 साल के प्रशासन में विकास का केंद्र बिंदु बनाया। डावोस, जहां पर वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक फोरम लगभग 5 दशकों से चल रहा है, यहां विश्व भर के सबसे बड़े व्यावसायिक समूह के प्रतिनिधि आते हैं। वर्तमान में इस डावोस में 300 से ज़्यादा भिन्न भिन्न राष्ट्रों के मंत्री आए हैं और जितने भी ग्लोबल पावर हाउसेस हैं वित्तीय दृष्टि से, वो डावोस में आकर नई बिजनेस अपॉर्चुनिटी तलाशते हैं।
Amid the freezing temperatures in our national capital, Indian forces prepare for the 75th Republic Day celebrations. The parade rehearsals are underway at Ayodhya Pran in New Delhi. With temperatures staying low, Delhi experiences a cold wave and dense fog enveloping the national capital. The dense fog situation has caused low visibility, due to which several flight operations are delayed and few others have even been cancelled.
The White House is closely monitoring the escalating tensions between Pakistan and Iran. National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby said that the White House does not want to see an intensification of conflict in the region. UN Chief Antonio Guterres is concerned about the escalation between Iran and Pakistan and called for any issues between the two countries to be addressed through peaceful means, through dialogue and cooperation.
Rockets between Iran and Pakistan. We've seen reports of casualties on both sides. Again, he urges both countries to exercise maximum restraint, avoid any further escalation. Any security issues, any issues, concerns between Iran and Pakistan must be addressed through peaceful means.
Houthi rebels in Yemen claim to have carried out a missile attack against the American cargo ship. And this, in fact, has been happening, as Houthis military spokesperson said, that the attack that took place in the Gulf of Aden comes in retaliation to the strikes by the United States against the Houthis. The UN said that it is deeply concerned by ongoing attacks of civilian infrastructure and the safety of civilians in northeast of Syria. UN spokesperson Stephanie has said that the airstrikes in Al-Haske have led to civilian casualties and caused significant.
Well, good morning, friends. The nation is Ramamai, everyone looking in one direction, which is Ayodhya, where the Pran Pratishtha of Lord Ram Lala is all set to happen just in a couple of hours from now. And we have been getting you all the color, all the pictures, all the sentiment, all the spirituality from all across the country, but essentially the focus now on Ayodhya. I can see in the picture Suesha, I believe. So let me go to Suesha. Suesha, straight to you, and please tell us, where are you? What's really happening around you?
Oh yes, Abhishek, this is the Lata Mangeshkar Chowk. Like we've been telling you, this is buzzing with performances at every 200 meters. These are dancers from Purulia in West Bengal, and you see this very elaborate look that they have because it is symbolic of the tribe that they represent. They are right here and they are expressing dance, energy, vibrance, happiness, anger. So you see how beautifully it is designed, and that is all that India is about.
जो रील्स है पोस्ट है ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा पैसा ऊपर नीचे चलेगा लेकिन फटाफट से डाल दो ठीक है whatever you can upload now quickly just otherwise
and that is what Ayodhya is showing today, because that is what we are saying, that Sri Ram is a unifying force. What is happening today, it is not about one faith, it is about faiths across, it is about the belief in Ram, it is about the devotion that we have towards Lord Ram, and that is why you see the entire country that has come here in huge numbers. Not only are they performing, some of them who walked on foot, coming in from far across, only to be here to witness all that is happening on this day. आपसे थोड़ा जानना चाहूंगी ये डांस
वॉच लाइव करके उस लाइव का वो जिफ नहीं आता है टिकट आते हैं टिकट
है किस तरह से एक्सप्रेस करते हैं
और क्या है
डिस्ट्रिक्ट के ट्राइबल डांस है
ये इंस्टा रिपब्लिक इंस्टा लाइव को
इसको सोशल पोस्ट पे लक्ष्मण करने दो क्योंकि मैंने उसको इसके लिए बोला है जैसे इसका सोशल पोस्ट हो जाएगा ना आधा एक घंटा दे दो वैष्णवी को उसके बाद आप इसको लाइव पे देखिए
उसको दर्शन रही है अभी
तो ये क्या ये एक्सप्रेशंस दिखाते हैं, ये किस तरह से ये डांस कितने साल पुराना है?
ये कम से कम 100 साल पुराना है हमारे ट्राइबल के लिए।
और इतना चाहिए इलाबोरेट ये ऐसे मास्क पहनते हैं और ये ऐसे पूरा क्राउन पहनते हैं, तो क्या एक्सप्रेस कर रहे हैं?
इसको मैं नहीं समझ पा रही है।
मतलब क्या दर्शा रहे हैं, क्या है डांस फॉर्म?
डांस फॉर्म में बाद के बाद में जो असुर है वो देवता लोग
कौन से बताओ, ये तो मेरा वाला जो मैंने
नहीं वो दमन सॉरी
ये नहीं है।
You know, obviously like he's saying that this is a dance form that is more than 100 years old, Abhishek, and they represent Mahisha, the goddess, and right
सही तो
here,
है।
like I'm telling you, if I can also request Anil to just pan the cameras, you know, right across, there is another performance happening on this side of the stage. There is another performance happening. Similarly, on that side, constant VIP movement. Close to more than 9:33. So in about half an hour from now, you will probably not see much more out here because, of course, all eyes on the consecration ceremony that is all set
अच्छा
to
सुनो,
begin in the
ये सारे करने हैं।
Not only is it
ये बताओ
notes,
जो
you see the
अपकमिंग यही
saffron
करने
flags, you see
वो बोलता है
how the
upcoming।
flowers are adorned right across the street, but also the very fact that you know, it is the fervor that is so vibrant right here on the streets of Ayodhya. Abhishek.
Well, in fact, it is a celebration that is taking place at Ayodhya, representation of every part of India. Abhishek, in fact, I'm given to understand the Priyanka
अभी क्या रिचुअल होगा ये वो लगा के भी तू लाइक स्वाइप टू ये स्वाइप टू वो कर सकती है, ठीक है?
Absolutely, you know, the kind of celebration that we are seeing, a lot of unique performances that have been put up here at every 100 to 200 meters at the Lata Chowk. And this, of course, we will be speaking to the artists as well. All of them performing, bringing their own art forms here. And they are, in fact, giving us such an enthusiastic performance. Look at the performances.
कम्युनिटी पोस्ट में
performers' faces,
जो हमारे
you know,
इंस्टाग्राम पे
the
गए हैं
faces
ना,
that they have
वॉच लाइव करके डाल दो, उस पर ट्रैफिक डाइवर्ट हो जाएगा उसके यही क्रिएटिव उठाओ, वॉच लाइव करके कर दो ऊपर ऑल क्रिएटिव कहाँ से आपको है ये सब मैं यूज कर सकता
watch, have to watch live coverage. Yes. Just keep it to the right side so that people, when they're trying to move ahead, also sometimes click into it.
कब से लगे हुए हैं सब लोग यहाँ पर? कब से आप लोग लगे हुए हैं यहाँ पे? परसों से। तो आप देख, you can see, you know, people in fact who are performing, but also look at the people of Ayodhya who are gearing up to see their performance.
Satyendra Das is only for stories. Satyendra Das is only for stories when you want to have people listen to something. ठीक है, वो बात कर रहा है राम जी स्टोरी। सत्येंद्र दास जो मैंने जो दिया है अभी 3, ये सिर्फ स्टोरी स्वाइप अप पे यूज करने के लिए। स्टोरी पे लगा के कोई लिंक पे जो डाइवर्ट करना है किसी को, वो राम जी की ये अभी वो है, मैं डालने वाला भी बट ये
And of course, we are bringing you each and every flavor here in Ayodhya. We will be back after a very short break. Don't go anywhere.
Following a tragic boat capsize in Vadodara that claimed the lives of at least 16 individuals, including 14 students, authorities have filed a case against 18 individuals in connection with the incident. One person died after a massive fire broke out in a container truck in Thane. The authorities have sent the mortal remains to the hospital for post-mortem. All Kamtapur Students' Union members blocked the railway line near Betkara railway station in Jalpaiguri, West Bengal. The Students' Union demanded for a separate state of Kamtapur. At the 54th meeting of World Economic Forum, Union Minister Smriti Irani lauded Prime Minister Narendra Modi's development mantra and said that in his 10 years of administration, PM Modi made women the center point of development.
भारत की सबसे प्रमुख प्रतिभा भारत की महिला को नरेंद्र मोदी ने अपने 10 साल के प्रशासन में विकास का केंद्र बिंदु बनाया। डावोस, जहां पर वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक फोरम लगभग 5 दशकों से चल रहा है, यहाँ विश्व भर के सबसे बड़े व्यावसायिक समूह के प्रतिनिधि आते हैं। वर्तमान में इस डावोस में 300 से ज़्यादा भिन्न भिन्न राष्ट्रों के मंत्री आए हैं और जितने भी ग्लोबल पावर हाउसेस हैं वित्तीय दृष्टि से, वो डावोस में आकर नई बिजनेस अपॉर्चुनिटी तलाशते हैं।
Amid the freezing temperatures in our national capital, Indian forces prepare for the 75th Republic Day celebrations. The parade rehearsals are underway at Kartavya Path in New Delhi. With temperatures staying low, Delhi experiences a cold wave and dense fog enveloping the national capital. The dense fog situation has caused low visibility, due to which several flight operations are delayed and few others have even been cancelled.
The White House is closely monitoring the escalating tensions between Pakistan and Iran. National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby said that the White House does not want to see an intensification of conflict in the region. UN Chief Antonio Guterres is concerned about the escalation between Iran and Pakistan and called for any issues between the two countries to be addressed through peaceful means, through dialogue and cooperation.
Rockets between Iran and Pakistan. We've seen reports of casualties on both sides. Again, he urges both countries to exercise maximum restraint, avoid any further escalation. Any security issues, any issues, concerns between Iran and Pakistan must be addressed through peaceful means.
Houthi rebels in Yemen claim to have carried out a missile attack against the American cargo ship. And this, in fact, has been happening, as Houthis military spokesperson said that the attack that took place in the Gulf of Aden comes in retaliation to the strikes by the United States against the Houthis. The UN said that it is deeply concerned by ongoing attacks on civilian infrastructure and the safety of civilians in northeast of Syria. UN spokesperson Stephanie has said that the airstrikes in Al-Haske have led to civilian casualties and caused significant damage to many civilian facilities.
Our humanitarian colleagues tell us they're deeply concerned by ongoing attacks on civilian infrastructure and the safety of civilians in the northeast of Syria, as the security situation there is deteriorating. Over the past week, multiple airstrikes at Al-Hassake have led to civilian casualties and caused significant damage to several facilities, including power stations and oil production fields, which could negatively impact the availability of gas, fuel, and electricity going forward.
Mama Moitra got no relief from the Delhi High Court as she approached Delhi High Court to allow her to stay in her official residence, which is 9B Telegraph Lane. But today, Mama...
ये वैसे भी सब न्यूज़ पाने के लिए तो ये पहले से बता दूं, इसमें सब इस वजह से प्लेट पे आई थी, प्लेट ही आई थी वो सिर्फ मैंने चलाया था कि मैं अयोध्या से वो लेके जाती हूँ मेरे कार्ड डालने के लिए ज़्यादा ही दिखाएगा उसका मैं कुछ
special performance that is happening here on this stage, which these dancers, some of them not very old in age, but they have been preparing this dance for a very long time. If I can also talk to this lady here, ये किस तरह का मतलब ये डांस का क्या नाम है, आप लोग कहाँ से हैं? हम लोग मुख्यमंत्री के शहर गोरखपुर से हैं, मुख्यमंत्री के शहर गोरखपुर से हैं, और ये बधावा लोक नृत्य प्रस्तुत किया जा रहा है। रामचंद्र जी के प्राण प्रतिष्ठा पे राजगद्दी पे आसन होने पे यहाँ पे लोग बधाई दे रहे हैं राम सिंह जी। तो ये राम जी को वेलकम कर रहे हैं, क्या आप इस डांस के थ्रू क्या मैसेज दे रहे हैं? बता रहे हैं कि मौसम बहुत सुहाना हो रखा है और आपके राजगद्दी से मौसम, पशु पक्षी सभी लोग मिल करके जो है राम को बधाई दे रहे हैं। कितने टाइम से इस डांस की तैयारी नहीं कर रहे। इसकी तैयारी हम लोग कम से कम 2 महीने से चल रही है और बहुत लोगों ने तैयारी की, किसी को मौका मिला। So here you see a lot of preparation has obviously gone into this performance, and these dancers who have been working on all these songs for months to be able to do all this for all the Ayodhya Vasis right here, Ayodhya Nagari, that is completely lit. It is saffron in every which way, and here you see how beautifully coordinated they are in the costumes that they are wearing, and the Ram bhajans and these songs that they are singing, that they are performing to. A lot of color that you witness at the Lata Mangeshkar Chowk right here in Ayodhya, where you see how these dancers are making this place extremely vibrant with their special performances. In fact, this has been happening for days. But right here that you see, like I've been telling you, that at every next step there is a stage where these performers are going on to play their nagadas, they are dancing, they are ensuring that Ayodhya is at its best right now. How beautifully coordinated they are, and one has to be here to really absorb and grab the feel of what is happening, because let's also understand that it is already 9:45, and in a short while from now the consecration ceremony is to begin. Abhishek and Shavan.
Well, in fact, as we're seeing celebrations that are taking place not just in Ayodhya but also in different parts of the country. In a short while from now, we'll also be going across to our reporters across the country as the celebration peaks, Abhishek. And over the last few days, what we have seen is that a lot of preparations essentially taking place, and rightfully so. Almost everyone that you speak to here also in the national capital, across the city, you would find the flags being distributed. Almost every community, every building in the national capital and the other parts have some program or the other, and that perhaps is the essence of what we are saying. It's bringing together everyone. India's leading agarbatti brand Parimal Bharat aromatic incense sticks is making waves with a special anthem celebrating the much anticipated return of Lord Ram to Ayodhya. Now, this anthem beautifully encapsulates the fervor and anticipation surrounding the construction of the Ayodhya Ram Mandir, where prayer takes center stage. Stay tuned for an insightful glimpse into the excitement and preparations unfolding across India, uniting communities in a shared moment of devotion.
भारतवासी धूप जलाओ, भारतवासी करो रे वंदन, भारतवासी धूप जलाओ, भारतवासी करो रे वंदन। गलियों को सजा दो, गलियों को सजा दो, द्वार द्वार लगा दो, द्वार द्वार लगा दो, घर आंगन पुष्प वर्षा करो आज जी। अयोध्या में पधारे श्री राम जी, ओ अयोध्या में पधारे श्री राम जी, ओ राम जी अयोध्या में पधारे श्री राम जी। भारतवासी धूप जलाओ, भारतवासी करो रे वंदन, भारतवासी धूप जलाओ, भारतवासी करो रे वंदन।
Following a tragic boat capsize in Vadodara that claimed the lives of at least 16 individuals, including 14 students, authorities have filed a case against 18 individuals in connection with the incident. One person died after a massive fire broke out in a container truck in Thane. The authorities have sent the mortal remains to the hospital for post-mortem. All Kamtapur Students' Union members blocked the railway line near Betkara railway station in Jalpaiguri, West Bengal. The Students' Union demanded for a separate state of Kamtapur. At the 54th meeting of World Economic Forum, Union Minister Smriti Irani lauded Prime Minister Narendra Modi's development mantra and said that in his 10 years of administration, PM Modi made women the center point of development.
भारत की सबसे प्रमुख प्रतिभा भारत की महिला को नरेंद्र मोदी ने अपने 10 साल के प्रशासन में विकास का केंद्र बिंदु बनाया। डावोस, जहां पर वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक फोरम लगभग 5 दशकों से चल रहा है, यहां विश्व भर के सबसे बड़े व्यावसायिक समूह के प्रतिनिधि आते हैं। वर्तमान में इस डावोस में 300 से ज़्यादा भिन्न भिन्न राष्ट्रों के मंत्री आए हैं और जितने भी ग्लोबल पावर हाउसेस हैं वित्तीय दृष्टि से, वो डावोस में आकर नई बिजनेस अपॉर्चुनिटी तलाशते हैं।
Amid the freezing temperatures in our national capital, Indian forces prepare for the 75th Republic Day celebrations. The parade rehearsals are underway at Kartavya Path in New Delhi. With temperatures staying low, Delhi experiences a cold wave and dense fog enveloping the national capital. The dense fog situation has caused low visibility, due to which several flight operations are delayed and few others have even been cancelled.
The White House is closely monitoring the escalating tensions between Pakistan and Iran. National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby said that the White House does not want to see an intensification of conflict in the region. UN Chief Antonio Guterres is concerned about the escalation between Iran and Pakistan and called for any issues between the two countries to be addressed through peaceful means, through dialogue and cooperation.
Rockets between Iran and Pakistan. We've seen reports of casualties on both sides. Again, here urges both countries to exercise maximum restraint, avoid any further
All right, we stay with the pictures from Ayodhya and where else, and these are from the temple complex where Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has reached. A big day, big moment for his administration. Also the manner in which security arrangements have been made, administrative arrangements have been made. He has been personally supervising it, visiting almost every third or fourth day, and now Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath there. He will have to receive the VIPs as the host, and he would of course be there inside for the Pran Pratishtha. We have to see whether this is the temple complex or this is he's reached the airport to receive the Prime Minister, because we are also nearing the time when the Prime Minister arrives. Shavan, right? He arrives at around 10:15, 10:20.
He's expected to be landing at the airport around 10:25 is what we're being told. And perhaps thereafter the movement. We'll just put out some of the details that we have in terms of the itinerary of the Prime Minister, who's going to be part of what Abhishek you were pointing out. Please would be present there. But an interesting anecdote, since we are staying with these images
upcoming
of Yogi Adityanath, we were told by our reporters yesterday when the old idol of Ram Lalla Rajman was brought to the Sanctum Sanctorum. Perhaps a very emotional moment for the Chief Minister, also someone who's been looking into every aspect of the temple. The very fact that, let's not forget that this Mandir was being built during the pandemic. The very fact that you have several people, workers from different parts of the country coming together, the Chief Minister playing a pivotal role in ensuring that this is done in record time. What is going to be a magnificent structure, which is going to be perhaps the symbol of what many would say the cultural renaissance of India. And Abhishek, perhaps you would be in a better position. You've been there to get us a glimpse of the Mandir. In fact, I was also asking Abhishek, because unfortunately, Abhishek, I've not gotten the chance to see the Mandir, but you've seen it up front. while we stay with these images, a little bit about the Mandir that you've seen and the role perhaps that the Chief Minister himself has had, someone who's been part of the struggle for a very long time.
Well, yes. In fact, if you look at it, Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath's guru, and before him his guru. So Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath's guru was part of the temple movement, and it's the entire lineage of the Gorakhpit has been associated with the Ram temple movement for about 60-70 years. So it's of course a very personal moment for him also. But then as Chief Minister, he has shepherded the construction of the temple and overseen the administrative backup. Of course, the entire temple construction has been done by the Temple Construction Trust Committee, which was set up by the Supreme Court, and all the money has come from donations, not a single penny from the government, but just to provide the administrative support to smoothen things up, and that has been a big support. It's a beautiful temple that has finally come up. Chief Minister there acknowledging the presence of all the guests, invitees, participants for the Ram Lala Pran Pratishtha. And this is of course the temple complex. I think he will go back from here to the airport to receive the Prime Minister. But Shravan, the mention that he made of the movement of the Ram Lala idol, the earlier one, from the makeshift temple to the Garbhagriha last evening. Obviously, it's an emotional moment, and we don't know as yet what feelings Yogi Adityanath went through when he carried the idol that short distance, about 150 meters from the makeshift temple to the newly built temple and the Garbhagriha there. But it was a moment of sentiment for everyone. And I was thinking, Lord Ram Lala, having been inside a mosque for almost 50 years, 45 years, and then in a tent for a good 25 years, and then another 5 years, 4 years in a makeshift temple. So if you, for the believers, for those who have faith, who connect with a deity, you can imagine the trauma of seeing their Lord, their God, their deity in a tent, in a makeshift temple, inside a mosque. So I think in that sense, it was obviously a very, very emotional moment for each one of the believers. And I'm sure those sentiments must have been there in the mind of Yogi Adityanath. Also now, of course, the big moment, and Chief Minister there acknowledging the greetings of all the invitees. Is of course supervising every minutiae of the arrangements made. He has done that over the last few months, personally visiting Ayodhya almost every week earlier, and then, as I said, maybe twice a week over the last 3 or 4 weeks. And on that note, I believe we sort of slip into a short break.
Well, in fact, what a momentous occasion for what India is witnessing right now. These are the latest images of coming in from the premises of the Mandir, where the Chief Minister, as Abhishek was also pointing out, taking stock of the preparations. In a short while from now, the Chief Minister would be headed towards the airport. Before we slip into a short break, I'll just quickly take... we'll just take our viewers, Abhishek, through the schedule of the Prime Minister. As we understand, he's going to be participating in Pran Pratishtha from about 12:05 in the afternoon to about 12:55 in the afternoon. And thereafter, he leaves for a public function where he will be addressing a gathering between 1 o'clock in the afternoon to 2 o'clock. Roughly, Abhishek. So the Prime Minister, what many would say, would be looking forward to addressing today, which is going to be historic. In fact, the Prime Minister's scheduled visit will be ending with a darshan at Kuber Tila. That would be roughly around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That happens to be an ancient Shiva temple on Kuber Tila, which has also undergone renovation, and a massive statue of Jatayu has been installed there. The Prime Minister is expected to offer his prayers at the Shiva temple and unveiling the Jatayu statue. That's going to happen post 2 o'clock is what we have been told. While these are images that we've got of the Chief Minister, who's now also addressing a lot of devotees who are present there that has also been restricted to a larger extent. The Chief Minister, who spoke to the media persons just about late last afternoon, made that appeal to a lot of people that do not make any unscheduled visit right now, because remember, there are a lot of security concerns too, and the kind of arrangement that has been done, which many would say is completely unprecedented, looking at roughly about 8,000 dignitaries are going to be present there, not just from India. About 50 to 55 dignitaries have also been coming in from abroad, from countries like Norway to Sri Lanka, Nepal. Several of the dignitaries who would be present there witnessing this glorious moment. And as we've been saying, that it's also perhaps the great civilization, which Abhishek, many would say that somewhere down the line it was actually forgotten. And let's also perhaps remember the movement that actually started with the Ram Janmabhoomi movement, which has seen several milestones. One would say that some of these milestones were probably the milestones that they've seen. Car Sevaks, with whom we have spoken in the last few weeks, have largely spoken about the struggle, the ordeal that they have faced. In fact, the Chief Minister, Yogi Adityanath, has also spoken about the struggle that many have seen. But today, as India witnesses this momentous occasion, let's also take you through what the RSS chief, who penned an article this week and made a significant point, because while all of this is happening, there is also an attempt, Abhishek, to try and polarize the situation. Let's not forget that opposition parties, political parties who have largely been focusing on the fact that this is about one particular political party appropriating, many would say, the legacy of Lord Ram. But the fact of the matter is that, as they say, Lord Ram sabke hain, and that is the essence that unites this entire nation. And a message that was sent by the RSS chief about bridging the gap, forgetting about the conflict and moving ahead. And this entire bridging the gap was primarily done by the British. And the old legacy, the old hangover, colonial hangover that has been there, perhaps it's time to shed that. And this, what better occasion, Abhishek, than today, when Lord Ram returns to his
Well, yes, a lot of important points made by RSS chief in his opinion piece. But Shawan, just because we are with the pictures of Yogi Adityanath, I wanted to just elaborate with names. Gorakhnath Mutt, or the Gorakhpur Mutt, as it is called, the Nath Sampradaya Mutt, has had a long association with the Ram Temple movement. So it is almost like a destiny that Yogi Adityanath is the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh when the Ram Temple construction has happened, the Pran Pratishtha is happening. His guru, Yogi Ayodhya, was the one who was spearheading the Ram Temple movement from 1980s onwards. And in fact, when it began in 1980s, he set up a committee to take the Ram Temple movement to the next level. And when in 1947-48, the Ram Lala appeared at the Babri structure, at that time, Ayodhya's guru, the chief priest of the Gorakhnath temple at that time, Digvijay Nath, he was the main source of inspiration for the Ram Temple movement. He was there in Ayodhya. He reached Ayodhya when this appearance of Lord Ram Lala happened. So from Mahant Digvijay Nath to Mahant Ayodhya Nath to Mahant Yogi Adityanath, I think it's a chain. And as I said, a destiny only in many ways, bringing Yogi Adityanath as Chief Minister at a moment when Ram Temple construction has happened and Lord Ram Lala is getting his rightful place. Also, we have been mentioning how it's not a consecration. Consecration is a very a Christian word in a sense, where you make a place sacred before you set up a church. But in this case, Ram Janmabhoomi is sacred by the virtue of it becoming a birthplace of Lord Ram. It has always been eternally sacred. It was vandalized, but that does not reduce its sacredness. So it's not consecration happening, it's Pran Pratishtha, in the sense the idol getting its rightful place. And as it happens in our rituals and shastras, that when you put a deity, you ask the gods or the relevant god to come and reside in the idol, so that the devotees can connect with the idol as their God, as their Lord. So I think that's Pran Pratishtha. The moment has arrived. Yogi Adityanath there, of course, greeting and thanking all the invitees to have come. Remember, they are from all walks of life. In the pictures present, we see those from the religious walk of life. There are from the industry, from the corporate sector, from the social sector, arts, sciences. You have the long list. And celebrities, also not celebrities, social service, people who have been associated with the Ram Temple movement, car sevaks who were left, and those people who really nameless, faceless otherwise, who behind the scenes continued to work in whichever capacity, the legal teams who provided guidance when it came to the matter of courts. And then you were talking about the civilizational renaissance. I mean, where does it happen? Like when the Hagia Sophia or the Hagia Sophia as it is called, when they wanted to change it to a mosque, one instruction overnight and it turned into a mosque, the church which was a museum. And here you are having a legal fight for decades, despite being the majority community. And that's the beauty, that within the framework of the constitution this has been achieved, where there has been full respect to the processes, procedures and constitution and constitutionalism and dialogue. And then now I'll come to the write-up of RSS chief, where he is mentioning that let bygones be bygones, essentially let the bitterness end. Lord Ram is an ideal for the society, and it's important that we understand the historical perspective and move on, take this occasion as one where we resolve in the true spirit of the ideals presented by Lord Ram to reconstruct and imagine a new India, a resurgent India, and he calls it Bharatvarsh, of course, in his write-up. So that's really the occasion and the importance of the occasion. In the pictures, of course, Yogi Adityanath, the Chief Minister, destiny bringing him in that position, and he greeting all those invitees, guests who are part of the Pran Pratishtha invite and are going to be witness to that momentous occasion.
Well, in fact, as many would say, Lord Ram is the embodiment of what perhaps the RSS chief was also pointing out, the perfect human being. And perhaps this is the right moment to forget the bitterness that this conflict has seen over the years. And many have actually hailed this, simply saying that what a beautiful way to bring to an end a long-standing dispute, with both sides being completely satisfied with the way forward. Well, in fact, we got that visual of the Chief Minister who's taking the preparations that are last-minute preparations that are taking place before the Prime Minister reaches. But we are also being told that several of the celebrities have actually started coming in. We'll just take you quickly through some of the list that we have prepared right now. I'm told that Chiranjeevi and Ram Charan, they've arrived at the Ayodhya airport a short while back. We've also had some more dignitaries actually coming in. There's also an interesting kind of an arrangement that has been done right now in terms of the fact that remember, with a large number of dignitaries who have been coming in, they've been asked that there is a particular point from where they will have to also move using a cart for entering the premises. Abhishek, this is, I think we're coming very close. In a couple of minutes from now, the Prime Minister is going to land, and we're going to, after a short break, we're going to take you viewers through the details of the itinerary of the Prime Minister and what's really expected to come in.
Yeah, Shawan, we'll of course keep coming back to these pictures as Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath takes the greetings, and I believe he would go to the airport to receive the Prime Minister. But as the entire nation is soaking in their spirituality, remember there are elements that go into the prayers, and that's where India's leading agarbatti brand, Parimal Bharatvasi aromatic incense sticks, comes in. They're making waves with a special anthem, celebrating the much anticipated return of Lord Ram Lala to the new temple in Ayodhya. This anthem actually beautifully encapsulates the fervor and anticipation surrounding the construction of the Ram temple in Ayodhya, where prayer take center stage. Stay tuned for an insightful glimpse into the excitement and preparations unfolding, not just in Ayodhya, across the country, uniting communities, society and nation in a moment of devotion. Let's look at that anthem and then, of course, a short break, and we come back with the pictures from Ayodhya.
भारतवासी धूप जलाओ, भारतवासी करो रे बंद, भारतवासी धूप जलाओ, भारतवासी करो रे बंद। गलियों को सजा दो, गलियों को सजा दो, द्वार द्वार लगा दो, द्वार द्वार लगा दो, घर आंगन पुष्प वर्षा करो आज जी। अयोध्या में पधारे श्री राम जी, अयोध्या में पधारे श्री राम जी, ओ राम जी, अयोध्या में पधारे श्री राम जी। भारतवासी धूप जलाओ, भारतवासी करो रे वंदन, भारतवासी धूप जलाओ, भारतवासी करो रे वंदन।
Following a tragic boat capsize in Vadodara that claimed the lives of at least 16 individuals, including 14 students, authorities have filed a case against 18 individuals in connection with the incident. One person died after a massive fire broke out in a container truck in Thane. The authorities have sent the mortal remains to the hospital for post-mortem. All Kamtapur Students' Union members blocked the railway line near Betkara railway station in Jalpaiguri, West Bengal. The Students' Union demanded for a separate state of Kamtapur. At the 54th meeting of World Economic Forum, Union Minister Smriti Irani lauded Prime Minister Narendra Modi's development mantra and said that in his 10 years of administration, PM Modi made women the center point of development.
भारत की सबसे प्रमुख प्रतिभा भारत की महिला को नरेंद्र मोदी ने अपने 10 साल के प्रशासन में विकास का केंद्र बिंदु बनाया। डावोस, जहां पर वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक फोरम लगभग 5 दशकों से चल रहा है, यहां विश्व भर के सबसे बड़े व्यावसायिक समूह के प्रतिनिधि आते हैं। वर्तमान में इस डावोस में 300 से ज़्यादा भिन्न भिन्न राष्ट्रों के मंत्री आए हैं और जितने भी ग्लोबल पावर हाउसेस हैं वित्तीय दृष्टि से, वो डावोस में आकर नई बिजनेस अपॉर्चुनिटी तलाशते हैं।
Amid the freezing temperatures in our national capital, Indian forces prepare for the 75th Republic Day celebrations. The parade rehearsals are underway at Kartavya Path in New Delhi. With temperatures staying low, Delhi experiences a cold wave and dense fog enveloping the national capital. The dense fog situation has caused low visibility, due to which several flight operations are delayed and few others have even been cancelled.
The White House is closely monitoring the escalating tensions between Pakistan and Iran. National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby said that the White House does not want to see an intensification of conflict in the region. UN Chief Antonio Guterres is concerned about the escalation between Iran and Pakistan and called for any issues between the two countries to be addressed through peaceful means, through dialogue and cooperation.
Rockets between Iran and Pakistan. We've seen reports of casualties on both sides. Again, he urges both countries to exercise maximum restraint, avoid any further escalation. Any security issues, any issues, concerns between Iran, and Pakistan must be addressed through peaceful means.
Houthi rebels in Yemen claim to have carried out a missile attack against the American cargo ship. And this, in fact, has been happening as Houthis military spokesperson said that the attack that took place in the Gulf of Aden comes in retaliation to the strikes by the United States against the Houthis. The UN said that it is deeply concerned by ongoing attacks on civilian infrastructure and the safety of civilians in northeast of Syria. UN spokesperson Stephanie has said that the airstrikes in Al-Haske have led to civilian casualties and caused significant damage to many civilian facilities.
Our humanitarian colleagues tell us they're deeply concerned by ongoing attacks on civilian infrastructure and the safety of civilians in the northeast of Syria, as the security situation there is deteriorating. Over the past week, multiple airstrikes at Al-Hasake have led to civilian casualties and caused significant damage to several facilities, including power stations and oil production fields, which could negatively impact the availability of gas, fuel, and electricity.
Welcome back again, and let's go straight back to Ayodhya. And beautiful pictures coming in of devotees having a moment of their lifetime, soaking in their spirituality. Let's go to Rakshita for some performances happening there as everyone waits for the Pran Pratishtha. Rakshita, over to you. Please tell us what's really happening around you.
I request the camera person to actually show the entire stage. Ranbir, if you can hear me, please show the entire stage. This is a performance, very colorful performance from Rajasthan, Kalberia performances, and Ram Bhajans, of course, being sung here by the singers, and many other folk songs also, but all dedicated to Sanatan and Ram also. You can see, ladies and gentlemen, all, this all instruments. The dhol is here, the gadas are here, and of course, it's the flavors of India, dances of India, all the cultures of India. You can see right now being reflected here across several stages. There are a series of stages here at the Lata Chowk.
बाजे घर घर सहनाई राम का योग.
You can see the excitement, of course, that Ramji is coming, Ram Lala is coming, and it is the day of Pran Pratishtha, and of course it's a day of excitement, and entire country right now united. Back to you in the studios, Abhishek. डाल दिया.
So, once
once again, we are looking at these performers who are, in fact, they were just now performing and they are looking at, extremely happy. Let's get a word from them. They have been performing non-stop. आप लोग कब से यहाँ पर perform कर रहे हो? कब से यहाँ पर आए हुए हो? 7 o'clock, 7 a.m. from today's onwards. Like we are here from the morning and we just started dancing. I don't know what's the time going on right now, but we are constantly dancing. Like you've lost all sense of time and you're performing, and we don't know. Literally, we don't know what's the time going on because it is like we just took 5 minutes of break and then we have to restart the things. Can you show our viewers your performances? What you were performing? Yeah, of course. Like I have a lot of करके दिखाइए हमारे दर्शकों को किस तरह से. Again. Okay, for sure, of course. We will do it. What is the mood like in Ayodhya? How is the excitement here in the city that you're seeing? If we will define it like in Hindi वरना कि हर जगह उत्सव का माहौल है. आप कहीं भी जाएंगे अयोध्या में आपको हर जगह उत्सव ही मिलेगा. हर इंसान खुशी और उल्लास से भरा हुआ और सिर्फ राम की भक्ति में डूबा है. किसी से भी मिल लीजिए, सब जय श्री राम ही बोलेंगे. SLG आपको कुछ बोलना चाह रहे हैं? नहीं, मैं कह रही थी इस समय तो बस एक ही नारा चल रहा है, जय श्री राम का. एक ही नारा, और यही नारे के साथ आप लोग भी परफॉर्म कर रहे हो. जी बिल्कुल एकदम. You can see they are in fact once again performing. This is another group that has come from Gujarat that we are tracking, and of course a lot of performances as far as the Lata Mangeshkar Chowk that we are looking at. And just a few hours from now that the Pran Pratishtha is also going to be complete. There are people who are in fact breaking into impromptu dances as well. So that is actually the mood that we just heard in the performer also talk about, saying that this is something that they are in fact performing since quite some time, and that it doesn't matter to them what time it is. We'll stay with these visuals as we speak to more people here. हम लोग कब से यहाँ पर performance कर रहे हैं, कब से यहाँ पर आए हुए हैं, पूरा माहौल दिवाली जैसा हो रहा है.
If you need anything now for shots, please take it from them.
और इतनी खुशी है कि कुछ कह ही नहीं पा रहे हैं. इतना बड़ा ऐतिहासिक दिन आज आया है. ये बच्चे जब से 1 महीने से प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं. प्राण प्रतिष्ठा होने वाली है, दूसरी दिवाली मनाई जा रही है. 500 साल बाद ये मंदिर बन रहा है. जी अरे that essentially is the mood here, and you can see कितने लोग यहाँ पर आए हैं. कब कैसा माहौल आप देख रहे हैं अयोध्या में?
यहाँ पे अभी जो प्रेजेंट टाइम की गैदरिंग है वो आई थिंक 4 to 5,000 के अबव है, जो सिर्फ आए हैं ऐसे कॉम्पिटिशन में. क्या जाएंगे वहाँ पे राम जी के लिए करके आएंगे.
So that sums up the mood of what we are seeing here on the ground. There are performances that are going on here, and of course there are flags that are being flown. The kind of expressions that we see of the performers helps us understand how really they are making sure that they are a part of this celebration, a part of this Pran Pratishtha, a part of this entire day when the entire city in fact is celebrating, and not just this day. Across, if you would see, this VVIP movement is going on, and we are looking at the VVIP movement that is happening across the Lata Mangeshkar Chowk, and across the entire chowk we are looking at more and more stages that have been set up. So the entire city in fact is in a celebratory mood. Performances from across the country that are being done here, displayed for the VVIPs, a very important place here from where the VVIPs are going to be passing by. They are able to see the performances, and they are in fact will be going on their way to the Ram temple, where they will be able to go inside and take part in the Pran Pratishtha. And what essentially we also witness here is that the entire city has been made into a fortress. Not a lot of movement allowed, but how much ever is possible, people have come out of their houses to see this, to just be a part of this. Even if they have not been able to go inside of the temple, even if they have not been able to be inside the consecration ceremony, there is nothing that they feel bad about, because they are saying that they just want to be in Ayodhya right now. They just want to be
If you find we are diverting that
in the people of the city who are just gathering as much as they can. But of course, here on the ground, that's what the mood is like, and we will be kind of improvement that is happening here on the ground in Ayodhya?
Yes, Priyanka. So, just a while back we had RSS chief there, and in the pictures you can see others from the invitees, dignitaries, VIPs, special invitees, people from all walks of life, people who have been associated with the Ram Temple movement, most importantly. So obviously people from the VHP, RSS, the Kar Sevaks, the Dharma Gurus, the religious heads, the akhadas, they can all be seen. And we had RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat arriving a while back, and these are all those guests. I can see Keshav Prasad Maurya of the Deputy Chief Minister, and he's engaging with other present, and if the frame can shift. Okay, the Acharya Pramod Krishnam of the Congress speaking something. Let's listen to him.
पुनर्स्थापना का दिन है। सदियों के संघर्ष के बाद और हजारों ऋषि मुनि महात्माओं महापुरुषों के त्याग तपस्या बलिदान के बाद ये शुभ घड़ी आई है कि हम भगवान श्री राम की जन्मभूमि के मंदिर की प्राण प्रतिष्ठा के इस समारोह के साक्षी बन रहे हैं। और मुझे लगता है कि ये हो ना पाता अगर इस देश का प्रधानमंत्री, इस देश के प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी ना होते।
हम कह सकते हैं जो लोग बहुत विरोध कर रहे थे उनके लिए मतलब कितना मैसेज भी है, क्योंकि आज कुछ भी
जो लोग विरोध कर रहे हैं मैं उनसे कहना चाहता हूं कि वो किसी राजनीतिक पार्टी का विरोध करें, राम का विरोध ना करें। किसी राजनीतिक दल से लड़ें, राम से ना लड़ें, क्योंकि राजनीतिक दल को लड़के हराया जा सकता है, राम को नहीं हराया जा सकता है, सनातन को नहीं हराया जा सकता है, भारत को नहीं हराया जा सकता है, और राम भारत की आत्मा है।
हम कह सकते हैं कि आज के दिन का बहुत इंतजार रहा। आज के दिन सब सनातनी हिंदू जिनके लिए आप कहते हैं सब आया है हमारे सामने।
ये गौरव का दिन है। एक दिवाली तब मनी थी जब भगवान राम लंका फतेह करके आए थे, और एक दिवाली आज मनी जो उससे भी बड़ी दीपावली है। सबको बधाई।
All right, that was Acharya Pramod Krishnam of the Congress Party, possibly the lone Congress leader who has respected the invite and gone to Ayodhya. In the pictures I can see the Vedanta Group Chief, Mr. Agarwal, and I believe we're getting some more reactions. Acharya Pramod Krishnam, of course, asking Ram to be separated from targeting a political party. He said that Lord Ram cannot be taken on. Alright, let's cut to those pictures of those VIPs, including Mr. Mittal of the Airtel and Mr. Agrawal of Vedanta Group, among others. Amitabh Bachchan can be seen as also Ravi Shankar Prasad among the invitees milling around and getting settled. Anil Ambani, among others, can be seen in the pictures. All right, so the dignitaries, the VIPs, everyone there and settling in before the Prime Minister arrives. Ram reverberates across the country, and even as these dignitaries settle in, earlier pictures of Mohan Bhagwat, I go back to Suesha. She's there with some of the devotees and who are performing outside the venue. Suesha, over to you. Okay, some audio issue there with Suesha. We can see Sunil Bharti Mittal back at the venue where the audience is settling in, the invitees are settling, the guests, the VIPs, the participants, the who's who of the country. In fact, we earlier saw pictures of Amitabh Bachchan, now in the frame Mr. Mohan Bhagwat, the RSS chief, the Sant Mahant group, those who were associated with the Ram temple, who have had some role in keeping the momentum going for the Ram temple movement over the last few decades, kept up the pressure, fought the legal battles in the courts, had dialogue with the Muslim side. RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat earlier penned an article on the significance of the occasion, the momentousness of it all. He wants bygones to be bygones. He has said that let all bitterness end in the true spirit of the ideals that Lord Ram represented. And the nation resolved to reconstruct a resurgent India, a resurgent Bharatvarsh, and forget the past. It's interesting that you can't see. Is that N. Chandrababu Naidu? Shawan? Yes, it's N. Chandrababu Naidu. And so you see, except for the Congress party and the communists, cutting across the political divide, even within the Congress, for example, the Himachal government declaring the entire day as a holiday, the Karnataka government announcing that all the temples would be marking. We have some sound bites.
हमारे हनुमान जी खूब नाच रहे हैं राम जी के महोत्सव पर हम भी बहुत प्रसन्न हैं आपको धन्यवाद संपूर्ण भारत को विश्व को शुभकामना अब हम चाहें
All right, Acharya Dhirendra Shastri there, and these are again pictures back of the venue, back to the venue inside the enclosure where all the dignitaries are sitting, the invitees are sitting. We have earlier seen pictures of
और देश को एकत्रित किया है किसी भी जाति का किसी भी धर्म का इंसान हो आज देश एकत्र हुआ है क्योंकि मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम राम का कहना था वो सिंबलाइज करते थे गुडनेस को और त्याग की भावना को आज वो जो है वो हमें यहाँ दिखाई दे रही है जय श्री राम
Alright, that was Anupam Kher. Before that, of course, we have seen others and from the dignitaries, Amitabh Bachchan there on the screen, Anil Ambani along with him, and others from the corporate sector. Alright, Amitabh Bachchan, Abhishek Bachchan, Anil Ambani, we earlier saw Sunil Bharti Mittal, among others, and everyone else just waiting for the rituals to begin. Of course, that would happen once the Prime Minister arrives. Some parallel rituals, of course, are going on non-stop since the 15th of January after the end of Kamurta and the beginning of the auspicious period post-Uttarayan. And every day one or the other ritual has happened, as part of which, in fact, the idol of Lord Ram Lalla also was placed at the Garbhagriha. Last evening we saw the original smaller idol, which is now going to be called the Utsav idol, right, which is going to be sitting next to the Lord Ram Lalla, the new one that has been made, 51-inch tall, 5-year-old image of Lord Ram Lalla, beautifully made by the sculptor Yogi from Karnataka. And in one frame you are seeing Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath. These are of course earlier pictures because Chief Minister, I believe, has gone to the airport to receive Prime Minister Modi who arrives anytime now. It's already 10:32. It's likely that we're going to be cutting to pictures to of the airport where Prime Minister is going to land anytime. And 10:35 was the time, right, Shawan, when the Prime Minister was to land?
The Prime Minister is expected to land around 10:30 is what we were told, and
exactly the time.
Thereafter, he's directly heading to the Mandir premises. The Pran Pratishtha ceremony is scheduled for around noon, and it's going to continue about 3:55 in the afternoon, and it is scheduled that the Prime Minister will be addressing between 1 o'clock in the afternoon and 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But as we stay with these images coming in right from inside the Mandir premises, as you see a lot of dignitaries who are coming in, of course, politics aside, you would see a lot of people now coming in and hoping to be part of what many would say an historic moment that is going to be unfolded in a short while from now. But let's also take you through some of the rituals that have been taking place over the last few days and what's going to happen right now during the Pran Pratishtha. In fact, as the committee was also telling us that the rituals that started on 16th of January, Abhishek, if I'm not wrong, and this also includes what they call the Adivas, during which the 51-inch new idol of Ram Lalla was covered with honey, and the idol was then bathed with medicated water from 114 kalash as part of the Snapan ritual. Now, let's also go back to some of the visuals coming in. Now that's Baba Ramdev, if I'm not wrong, who's present there. Now there is multiple layers that have been created, so you have the dignitaries right up front, if I'm not wrong, Abhishek. That would be the closest to the Mandir where the dignitaries would be present. So the special invitees who would be present there, which includes top industrialists and also spiritual gurus who are all present there. We'll take you through some of the images that are also coming in from the airport in a short while from now. That's the latest that's going to come in, and thereafter the rituals are also going to begin. But remember, the rituals have been continuing for a while now, and it continued till about late last evening, when the priest essentially indicated that the eyes of the new idol, which is going to be blindfolded, which would be opened after all the rituals have been completed. Let me also go across to our colleague Sucharita, who is joining us on this broadcast. Sucharita, you've been there getting us those images from Ayodhya. It's all decked up, a lot of celebrations actually taking place. Give us the sense of what's really happening at the location where you are present.
Shawan, this is historic. This is a moment that people have been waiting for. And I want to tell you that the ones who've been invited are inside the temple. We are showing our viewers the dignitaries who've arrived. But equally important are these people who are standing outside, just there to be here in Ayodhya on this historic date. I asked them, they do not have an invite, they do not have an invitation, but still they want to be here for Ram Lalla. They want to be here on this auspicious day, on this historic day that marks Pran Pratishtha for Ram Lalla in Jansthan Mandir. And that is exactly why I say that these people who've been thronging the streets are very, very important. They are the ones who have devoted their lives to Ram Lalla, to Prabhu Shri Ram. And that is why, let me just take a minute to speak to them. कहाँ से?
मैं लखनऊ से हूँ।
हाँ।
आपको निमंत्रण नहीं है तब भी आए हैं।
राम लल्ला की मुलाकात होनी थी, उनका बिना निमंत्रण से उनके इतनी उत्सुकता थी कि हम राम लल्ला के दर्शन के लिए बिना निमंत्रण से हम चले आए।
निमंत्रण से चले आए और अब दर्शन कर
जी अयोध्या आए हम लोग, राम लल्ला के दर्शन करके ही जाएंगे। मिलेंगे तभी जाएंगे, बगैर दर्शन करे नहीं जाएंगे। हम लोग का निमंत्रण ये हम लोग का निमंत्रण, ये गेरुआ ध्वज हम लोग,
ये गेरुआ ध्वज हमारा निमंत्रण है. So this is the fervor I'm talking about. They do not need an invitation, and this really sends out a big message to the ones who've been saying that they've not been invited, the ones who've been invited and not going for the Pran Pratishtha. This is an auspicious day, and we've spoken spoken to many of the dignitaries who were invited, who were going, because I'm standing right outside the Jansthan Mandir. This is the place from where all the dignitaries have gone in. I've spoken to many. I even today spoke to Acharya Pramod Krishnan, who yesterday said that this temple would not have been possible if Modi was not in power. Now that was a big statement and created a lot of ripples, but he was invited for the Pran Pratishtha. He was going inside and he said that this was possible only because Modi is the Prime Minister. Now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to be arriving in Ayodhya any moment, and that is precisely why now this entire road, which was completely blocked because the cars were going in, is now you can see that it's completely vacant because the dignitaries have gone in, and Prime Minister is going to be arriving in Ayodhya anytime. The Chief Minister is going to be going there to receive him. He's going to be coming for the Pran Pratishtha, and he's been going to temples across Tamil Nadu, across South. He's been on a South tour, and he's been going to a lot of temples there, and we've been seeing those visuals. He's been doing a Yam Palan Anushtan for the last 11 days, which is a very, very difficult Anushtan to follow, but he's been following that because he's going to be the Mukhya Yajman in this Pran Pratishtha that will happen today, and Prime Minister is going to be here anytime in Ayodhya Dham. That's what is being called, and the people who have come here, they know that now it's Ayodhya Dham. They see this as a cultural and a spiritual renaissance that they talk about when we speak to them. And you saw how the gentleman with great pride was showing his Bhagwa Kurta and said, "This is homecoming for us." आप बता रहे हैं, आप कहाँ से?
हम वेस्ट बंगाल से हैं।
पश्चिम दीदी के राज्य से?
दीदी के राज्य से हम लोग भूटान बॉर्डर से आए हैं। अलीपुरद्वार डिस्ट्रिक्ट से आए हैं।
प्राण प्रतिष्ठा
देखने के लिए आए हैं। हम लोग बहुत दिन से वेट कर रहे थे इस दिन के लिए। हम लोग घर घर जाके कलेक्शन भी किए हैं। हम लोग न्योता पत्र बांट के ही चले। 15 तारीख तक हम लोग न्योता पत्र बांटना था श्री राम मंदिर आने के लिए। हम लोग बांट के ट्रेन पकड़ के चले।
इससे बड़ा कोई सौभाग्य हो नहीं सकता जिसको आज हम अपने आंखों से देख रहे हैं।
महाराज जी दीदी के राज्य से आए हैं।
आप लोग कह रहे हैं आप लोगों ने पैसा इकट्ठा किया, वहाँ से चंदा इकट्ठा किया। ये जो मंदिर बना है, ये आप जैसे भक्तों के पैसों से ही बना है। किसी ने 10 रुपए, किसी ने जो बन पाया।
एक मिनट। जो बोलता है ये मंदिर सरकार ने बनाया, नहीं, हम लोग का चंदा से बनाया। हम लोग का चंदा से मंदिर बनाया है। ये कोई बोलता है ये मंदिर बना के कोई रोजगार नहीं मिलेगा, वो बोलने का कोई अधिकार नहीं उन लोगों को। हम लोग पैसा दिया है मंदिर बनाने के लिए। हम लोग पैसा से मंदिर।
हम जब लखनऊ से चला तो समझ लीजिए जो चावल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन था वो मैं मोहल्ले में बांट करके देना आया हूँ यहाँ पे।
मैंने तस्वीरें देखी हैं, किसी ने 10 रुपए दिए, किसी ने 20 रुपए, जिससे जो बन पा रहा था वो दे रहा था। और वो देखिए
देश ने चंदा दिया है, एक हिंदुस्तानी ने चंदा दिया है, तब ये मंदिर का निर्माण हुआ है। ये पूरे देश का मंदिर है। राम जन्मभूमि, राम सभी के आस्था के पात्र हैं, जो आज 500 वर्ष बाद यहाँ स्थापित हुए हैं। इसलिए ये आज का जो दिन है हम लोगों के लिए बड़ा गौरव का दिन है। जय श्री राम।
कभी ना हुआ है, ऐसा आयोजन कभी ना हुआ है और लगता कभी होगा नहीं। सीधा राम युग आ गया
ना। क्या है, अंतिम छोर में बैठे व्यक्ति तक सेवा पहुंचे, जन कल्याण के काम पहुंचे, गरीब बेसहारा किसी भी रूप में कोई सेवा हम कर सकें, वही तो राम राज्य है और वही राम का स्वभाव था और वही प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी का है और उसी स्वरूप में आज हमारे राम जी स्थापित हो चुके हैं। जय सिया राम।
ही बड़ी आवश्यकता है हमारे युवाओं को, आने वाली पीढ़ी को, विश्व को, जिस दौर से विश्व गुजर रहा है उस पर अगर हम देखें मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम भगवान श्री राम के आदर्शों से हमारा बहुत कल्याण हो सकता है। चाहे वो अपने संबंधों को निभाने की बात हो, चाहे अपने दायित्वों को निभाने की बात हो, अपने कर्तव्यों को निभाने की बात हो। भगवान श्री राम आज के लिए बहुत ही ये बहुत बड़ा क्षण मैं समझता हूँ।
सॉरी सर।
दे दो।
इसमें कोई पार्टी वाइज नहीं है और कोई नहीं है। राम जी सब आस्था के प्रतीक है और सबके
रहेंगे यहाँ पर। और आज जो भव्य अयोध्या, दिव्य अयोध्या और आज प्रभु राम, तो जय श्री राम।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Already I tweeted. Everything is
प्लीज आ जाओ।
तीन है ना उनके, डीडी न्यूज, डीडी इंडिया हिंदी, डीडी न्यूज।
मंदिर हम देखेंगे और देख के चलेंगे। और आपको छवि भी मेरा मोबाइल में है, ये आपको दीदी नहीं बोलूँगा, माता जी बोलूँगा। ये पहली बात है। और दूसरी बात है, जो राम मंदिर बना हुआ है 500 साल का, 1000 साल और भी चाहेंगे तो भी कोई बात नहीं।
ये उन्होंने बताया भी है, ये उन्होंने बताया भी है जब मंदिर का निर्माण इस तरह से किया है कि 2000 साल तक।
मेरा ये कहना है कि अगर मनुष्यता रहेगी, मनुष्यता में ही हम विश्वास करेंगे और भगवान में और प्रकृति में विश्वास करेंगे तो हर प्राणी अपने को सुधारने के बाद श्री राम का अपना प्रिय शिष्य हो जाएगा। ये मेरा आपसे निवेदन है कि आप मेरी आगे वार्ता रखने के लिए मुझे अपने स्टूडियो में बुलाने का कष्ट करें ताकि ये बात मैं
राम का नहीं वो कोई काम का नहीं, जो राम का नहीं है वो कोई काम का नहीं है। जय श्री राम, जय श्री राम, जय श्री राम।
So this is exactly what I've been speaking about. These people who are there, these people who
जय श्री राम। दीदी थोड़ा बांग्ला में बोलूँगा।
हाँ जी अभी चलेंगे।
आइए मैंने अभी ये कह दिया।
All right, so Charita there, getting those participants in the piety, and back to the pictures from the enclosure where all the invitees, guests are present, and we can see many of those known faces, important faces, celebrities, industrialists, corporates, and they are all special invitees on the occasion from the Ram Temple Trust and Ram Tirth Kshetra Trust, as it is called, and they are there to witness the occasion themselves. And as the rituals, which are continuing in many ways, go on inside, and the main one begins in a while, and there are going to be 15 people inside, which of course includes the Prime Minister, includes the RSS chief, includes the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, includes the Governor of Uttar Pradesh, Anandiben Patel, and then more importantly, it includes the Yajmans who have been very carefully selected by the Shri Ram Janmabhoomi Tirth Kshetra Pran Pratishtha Samaroh.
तुम्हें वर्ल्ड पे हिंदी चाहिए ना? हाँ?
Okay, before I come back to the Yajmans who would be there, let's go back to Sucharita because
I think she has some people speaking to her.
10-15 मिनट के अंदर जल्दी आ जाओ।
दीपक चलो। तो कुछ छेड़ना मत।
Okay, some audio issue there, so coming back. Some reactions are coming, let's listen to them.
जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीता राम, राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीता, बोलो जय सिया राम, एक ही नारा एक ही नाम, जय श्री राम, जय श्री राम।
That was Shankar Mahadevan. That was Shankar Mahadevan. All right, Parsun Joshi.
भाग्यशाली है कि हम सब यहाँ हैं और ये एक ऐतिहासिक क्षण है। राम तो इटर्नल हैं, तो हमेशा थे, हमेशा हैं, और हम सब उनके चरणों में समर्पण ही कर सकते हैं और स्वयं को भाग्यशाली महसूस कर सकते हैं। आज के युग में भगवान राम के आदर्शों की बहुत ही बड़ी आवश्यकता है। हमारे युवाओं को, आने वाली पीढ़ी को, विश्व को, जिस दौर से विश्व गुजर रहा है उस पर अगर हम देखें, मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम भगवान श्री राम के आदर्शों से हमारा बहुत कल्याण हो सकता है। चाहे वो अपने संबंधों को निभाने की बात हो, चाहे अपने दायित्वों को निभाने की बात हो, अपने कर्तव्यों को निभाने की बात हो, भगवान श्री राम आज के लिए बहुत ही ये बहुत बड़ा क्षण मैं समझता हूँ।
सॉरी सर। जब टेंट में रामलला थे तब हम आए थे। आज जो दिव्य भव्य मंदिर बन रहा है, ये एक सनातन का एक नया इतिहास बन रहा है। राम मंदिर में प्राण प्रतिष्ठा के साथ राम राज्य की एक नई शुरुआत हो रही है और आज यहाँ सब हमारे शीर्ष संत महापुरुष, एक दो को छोड़ दीजिए, वो अपवाद है, सब भारत के साधु संत महात्मा, हिंदू, जैन, बौद्ध, सिख, इतना ही नहीं, पूरी दुनिया के 200 करोड़ से अधिक राम भक्त प्रसन्न हैं। इससे बड़ा कोई सौभाग्य हो नहीं सकता जिसको आज हम अपने आंखों से देख रहे हैं।
All right, that was Baba Ramdev, of course, sharing his thoughts before getting inside the venue. And now it's already becoming a sea of humanity. Shaban, 7,000 special invitees. Remember when the Bhumi Pujan happened in 2020? Okay, more reactions.
आज जो कि राम मंदिर के अध्यक्ष हैं, तो इस वजह से हम लोग यहाँ की व्यवस्थाओं में लगे हैं। यहाँ जो लोग भी आ रहे हैं वो पूर्ण रूप से उनके चेहरे पर वो प्रसन्नता का झलक दिख रहा है कि भगवान राम, हमारे आराध्य प्रभु राम 500 वर्षों बाद अपने दिव्य भव्य महल में विराजमान होने वाले हैं। और उन सभी कार सेवकों को जिन्होंने अपने प्राणों की आहुति दी राम मंदिर के लिए, उन सभी कार सेवकों के चरणों में हम सब संपूर्ण मंदिर परिवार की तरफ से उनके चरणों में नमन करते हुए उनको साधुवाद देते हैं।
All right, we keep switching in between the visuals and the reactions and the sentiment of the people on the ground and wherever our reporters are.
से राम भक्तों ने जो सपना देखा था, आज वो सपना पूरा होने जा रहा है। यकीनन जहां मैं हमारी न्याय प्रणाली को इसका श्रेय दूंगा, वहीं इस इच्छा शक्ति के लिए हमारे प्रधानमंत्री आदरणीय नरेंद्र मोदी जी को भी ढेर सारी बधाई शुभकामनाएं दूंगा। इन्हीं प्रधानमंत्री में वो इच्छा शक्ति थी कि इतने रिकॉर्ड समय में इन्होंने इतना खूबसूरत भव्य राम मंदिर का निर्माण यहाँ पर कराया। मैं मानता हूँ कि इस कलयुग के दौर में एक नए त्रेता युग की ये शुरुआत है।
जिन्होंने आलोचना की कभी प्रभु की मूर्ति को लेकर, कभी मंदिर निर्माण पूरा नहीं हुआ, निमंत्रण में बहुत लोग नहीं आए, जो मतलब भाग्यशाली ही है जो सब निमंत्रण में आए, लेकिन कुछ लोग निमंत्रण में भी नहीं आए। मैं क्या कहना चाहेंगे?
मैं क्या ही बोलूँ, अब इससे बड़ा दुर्भाग्य और क्या हो सकता है, जहाँ करोड़ों लोग इस पल का साक्षी बनने के लिए तरस रहे हैं। ऐसे में कुछ ऐसे दुर्भाग्यशाली भी हैं जिनको आमंत्रित किया गया, पर उन्होंने अपने राजनीतिक मतभेदों के कारण भगवान राम को भी अस्वीकार उन्होंने किया। आप भाजपा से लड़ें, आप प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी से लड़ें, पर भगवान राम से तो ना लड़ें। उनके दरबार में तो सब एक हैं, एक बराबर हैं, एक समान हैं। आज इतना खूबसूरत मौका था, जो नहीं आ पाए या जिन्होंने इस निमंत्रण को ठुकराया, मैं मानता हूँ ये उन्हीं का ही बैड लक है।
All right, more voices. That was political one, Chirag Paswan of the RLJP, and taking a swipe at those who have disrespected the invite. Beautiful pictures of Ram Temple, all decked up with flowers. And remember, this is just one floor, the ground floor. Complete, of course. And then, of course, there would be another floor and then another floor. On the first floor, there would be the Ram Darbar, which would have Lord Ram, Goddess Sita, with Lakshman and Hanuman accompanying them. And then on the second floor, there would be a place for anushtans, for those devotees who want to carry out their vows. And on the ground floor, of course, the Ram Lala, Lord Ram Lala, who's already installed, and the Pran Pratishtha all set to happen. The sea of invitees there already, all saffron. Beautiful pictures coming in from Ayodhya. These are being beamed live across the world. And not just Hindus, those who believe that Ram presented an ideal. We have been discussing, Shawan, earlier of the anecdote of... all right, more reactions.
मेरे को होने की आवश्यकता थी, लेकिन उन्होंने मतलब इस पर बाइकआउट डाला है। तो मैं लोगों को अपील करना चाहता हूँ कि आने वाले चुनाव में ये अपोजिशन पर बाइकआउट डालना चाहिए।
अंदर के विजुअल्स नहीं थी मीटिंग 100%. All right, so that was Ramdas Athawale, and VIPs, dignitaries, invitees keep coming in. We're seeing in the pictures many others, and I can identify one face, Raju Trivedi, the former Speaker of Gujarat Assembly, and Ram Lal, Secretary Organization of the BJP earlier, now back to the RSS. Kumar Mangalam Birla, Ananya, all the VIPs leaders from their respective fields. And Shawan, you know, we were discussing earlier of the significance of the occasion and the fact that everyone cutting across political divide except for one political party, the Congress, cutting across social divide, they are excited and happy to be there in the pictures. Rohit Shetty.
Well, in fact, a long list of celebrities, part of the Pran Pratishtha ceremony that is going to begin in a short while from now. In fact, we'll take you through the list of dignitaries, which includes top industrialists, politicians cutting across party lines, and also, of course, foreign dignitaries who are all present there. Just to give you a glimpse of what's really happening right now, ladies and gentlemen, the first full picture of the grand temple that we can now see in its full glory. It's been completely adorned. These flowers that you see the floor inside, the first floor itself, as Abhishek was also pointing out, have been brought in from other parts of the country. In fact, we'll also quickly take you through what are the rituals that are going to take place roughly around noon, which is going to continue till about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. That Ram Lalla will basically including I'm told that Abhishek
that just increases our shareability and everything.
Which was supposed to land around 10:30 if he's landed there and then directly is being brought to the temple premises, would be coming in. Let's also take a look at some of the reactions that are coming in right now. Well, in fact, these are the images of the premises of the temple, where you can see a large number of devotees who are present there, along with them the special invitees who will be present. As I understand, most of the dignitaries who have been invited would be inside the temple premises, but those inside, 15 of people who would be inside during the Pran Pratishtha, which Abhishek was also pointing out. Before I hand it back to Abhishek, who is going to take you through who are the people who are going to be inside the temple premises, the Mandir, when the Pran Pratishtha is going to take place.
हम तो चाहते हैं कि सब जूते निकाल कर आए तो और अच्छा है।
Several reactions now coming in as celebrities enter the temple premises, most of them talking about the fact that this is a historic moment for every Indian, and those who have actually received the invitation, they consider themselves extremely lucky, because remember, there was almost like jostling for getting that particular invite, which has also been largely looked into by a committee, if I'm not wrong, Abhishek, and a discussion that is largely taking place to represent people from different walks of life. Let's also just take you through the preparations that are basically underway over the last few days, starting from 16th of January when the rituals actually began, and then of course Ram Lalla, the idol that was brought in on Thursday. Remember, there was a designated time when the idol was brought inside the temple premises, and thereafter a long list of rituals have taken place. In fact, even today, as part of the ritual, the idol would essentially be adorned with sugar flowers that they've been sourced from different parts of the country. In fact, they've arrived over a period of time that through a special flight. In fact, once it begins, there's going to be also from helicopters that have been used by the army for a flower distribution that's going to take place. Now, what you see on your screens are a number of Bollywood celebrities from different walks of life also now coming in, is what we are being told. Politicians also, we saw a short while back, of course, taking that opportunity to take a dig at the opposition parties who've boycotted, who've not been present here, simply saying that this was a government program, but which again was absolutely incorrect, given the fact that this is not a state or rather a government program. Remember, in terms of even the preparation or in terms of the building of the Ram Mandir, the government essentially has no role to play. In fact, when we heard some of the Karsevaks, some of the devotees who were there, largely speaking about the fact that this is an individual, this is a contribution that has been made by every devotee to ensure their dream basically comes true. There's been a long, arduous battle that has been fought from the Ram Janmabhoomi movement that started decades back, and fighting what many would say for the rightful place of Ram Lalla. In fact, that's the birthplace, reclaiming the birthplace of Ram, Lord Ram. These are images coming in of Bollywood superstar Amitabh Bachchan, who has also arrived a short while back. We also saw several other Bollywood celebrities who were present there. While let's also once again go back to what's expected in the next 1 hour. In fact, if we are not wrong, I'm told that the Prime Minister, images of the Prime Minister's chopper has already come in. We'll try and put that out as quickly as possible. Those are the images coming in of the Prime Minister who's going to be present there. In fact, he's expected to reach
सेकुलर राजनीति है, उसको न राम सुहाते हैं न राम राज्य सुहाता है। आज सेकुलर राजनीति को, उसके चरित्र को समझने का भी दिन है कि किस प्रकार से राम सेतु निर्माण के समय राम को ही काल्पनिक बता दिया गया, राम सेतु को काल्पनिक बता दिया गया। इससे बड़ा दुर्भाग्य और क्या होगा। लेकिन राम तो परम सत्य है और वो सत्य सूर्य की तरह हमेशा उजागर होता है।
उत्सव का वातावरण है, इतनी सुंदर नगरी और इतनी सुंदर बनाई है। पुनः एक बार जो प्राचीन गौरव था वो आज यहाँ पर मंदिर के माध्यम से दिखाई दे रहा है। बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है।
कैसा लग रहा है? किस तरह की भावनाएं आपकी, क्या कुछ कहना चाहेंगे?
आज तो केवल आस्था है, विश्वास है, पूजा है मन में। दर्शन करेंगे प्रभु रामचंद्र जी का राम लला के रूप में। वही लता जी का वो गाना याद आता है बार बार, ठुमक चलत रामचंद्र बाजत पैंजनिया। तो वो इनसेंस, वो प्रेम की मूर्ति हैं। मर्यादा के साथ साथ प्रेम की मूर्ति रहे हैं। रामायण एक तरह से राम और सीता को देखेंगे तो आप ये लव स्टोरी है कि अपनी पत्नी के लिए उन्होंने क्या क्या किया है ना। तो वो सारे भाव आ रहे हैं मन में। कमिटमेंट, जो प्रजा के प्रति अपना, राजा का धर्म, ये सारे भाव मन में आ रहे हैं और यहाँ से यही सारी ऊर्जा लेके जाएंगे।
मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम की मर्यादा किस तरह से उतरती हुई दिखाई दे रही है, जिस तरह से ये संपूर्ण कार्यक्रम हो रहे हैं।
ये सब कुछ मर्यादा में ही है और मर्यादा के लिए कहीं ना कहीं डिसिप्लिन की आवश्यकता जो होती है वो आज दिखा दिया यहाँ पर। बहुत ही 500 वर्ष का संघर्ष और उसमें रक्त रंजित इतिहास। मुलायम सिंह जी के कार्यकाल में कितने ही कार सेवकों की निर्घृण हत्या, और उसके बाद ये जो आज वास्तु और भवन निर्माण हुआ है, मंदिर निर्माण हुआ है, मन में करुणा भी है और मन में सम्मान भी है उन सारे कार सेवकों के लिए, और केवल आस्था है मन में। धन्यवाद।
ये अकेले अड्डे क्या हुआ है? अच्छा,
ये हम इधर आए, थैंक यू।
All right, beautiful pictures coming in. Everyone in white is there. The celebrities, the VIPs, the dignitaries.
Just to interrupt you, sorry to interrupt you. I'm told that the Prime Minister has already arrived. In fact, these are the latest images that are coming in. We'll try and also cut across to the images that have come in a short while back. That's the Prime Minister who's touched down at Ayodhya. So in a short while from now, 11:25 is the time, Abhishek, that he would be reaching the premises.
He must have reached because we got the pictures of the chopper of the Prime Minister and the visuals that have come. If Aditi can play them. Those are pictures taken from Prime Minister's chopper and of the Ram Temple. The first aerial shots, so to say, of the Ram Temple and of the immediate moment when this all these pictures are coming in, and which means he has actually arrived just behind the Ram Temple where the helipad. Okay, we are getting the pictures published in a bit, Shaman. So yes, Prime Minister has arrived, and he should be at the venue in exactly 10 minutes. In exactly 10 minutes. Prime Minister should be at the venue. He's arrived in Ayodhya. His choppers have come to the location, and there is a helipad which is about 2 kilometers, 1.5 kilometers from the Ram Temple site along the banks of the Saryu. The Prime Minister possibly must have landed there. We have got the pictures, you see, and we are going to put them on air in a bit. And so Prime Minister should be there any moment, maybe 10 minutes, Shawan. And that's when the whole thing begins then.
Well, what a momentous occasion also for the Prime Minister, and let's not forget what the Prime Minister essentially said when part of that Ram Janmabhoomi movement that he has also been associated with, where he had taken that vow that he's not going to enter Ayodhya till the time Ram Mandir is going to be built. Yes. Behind this, let's also talk about the fact that the role that the Prime Minister has essentially played, and all through, as Dipendra Mishra in an interview to Abhishek was also pointing out, that he's taken keen interest with every finer details of the construction of Ram Temple, and the very fact that he essentially sees this as what he's been saying as a reclamation of our ancient tradition. And the Prime Minister has played a pivotal role right from the fact that he's been part of Advani's Rath Yatra that took place, someone who was largely responsible for every small details of the movement itself. I'm told that the images have already come in. Abhishek, let's just take a quick look of let's take some of the reactions that are coming in, and then viewers will take you through those images of the Prime Minister who's landed a short while back in Ayodhya.
It's a wonderful occasion, a very divine occasion. Blessed to be a part of this. Very historic, and looking forward to seeking blessings of Ram Lalla. Obviously, it will mean a lot more for us. We'll continue to come to Ayodhya, but this is, to be a part of this occasion is itself a wonderful feeling, and really blessed.
So how do you see Ayodhya now?
These are the images coming in of the Prime Minister who is touched down Ayodhya just a short while back. In fact, he is scheduled to be reaching the Mandir premises by 11:25 is what we are being told.
And infrastructure, the airport, the roads have been widened. It's looking really beautiful. It's a really festive mood over here, and the people all over the country. We are a country of 1.5 billion people, and I think the whole country and Indians all over the world are really, really happy on this happy occasion. Thank you.
সাথে জিলাপি আর দই না মমতাকে
Well, several reactions now coming in from celebrities who are now going to be part of Pran Pratishtha, which is going to begin roughly around noon and is expected to continue till about 12:55 in the afternoon. And thereafter, the Prime Minister is scheduled to address, I'm told, Abhishek, roughly for an hour is when the Prime Minister is going to speak, and something that everyone is going to really look forward to. Here is a man who was associated with decades-long Ram Janmabhoomi movement, and let's not forget that several sacrifices have been made by many, and of course those
उसमें मेरा भी एक ही है हाँ
starting from LK
बन के आएगा
Joshi, and of course
मोदी के चॉपर का विजुअल आया है वो इंस्टा पे पोस्ट पे है ना तू वीडियो क्लिप में जैसे ही आएगा ले लियो
it's going to be a big moment for him also personally, given the fact that he's been associated for this for a very, very long time, and the fact that it's not been an easy battle, and that's exactly what the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh was also indicating. Abhishek, let's just quickly take our viewers through what's expected in the next 1 hour, and also perhaps in terms of the details of the final details of the ceremony that's going to begin in a short while from now.
Well, the Prime Minister has arrived, And the aerial shots that we saw, Shawan, were taken by the Prime Minister himself while landing, while his chopper was making its way to the helipad. And now, of course, he is all set to arrive any moment now, possibly over the next 10 minutes. And then the final rituals of the Pran Pratishtha start as we build towards those crucial 84 seconds of the Muhurt, the exact 84 seconds Muhurt in which the Pran Pratishtha has to happen. The eyes of the Lord have to be opened, and it happens in front of a mirror because the kind of energy that is generated in that moment, the mirror breaks, and that's how the ritual happens among the chanting of the mantras and the shlokas. Let's cut to some more visuals of the ground. These are, of course, the sons and mahants and the religious.
जनेश्वर मिश्र जी का और समाजवादियों का जो रिश्ता रहा है, पूरे जीवन भर जनेश्वर मिश्र जी गरीब, पिछड़े, दलित और जिनका जीवन अभाव में रहा,
Okay, let's cut to Rakshita. She has some good pictures with her. Over to Rakshita.
Well, of course, there's a lot of VIP movement. You can see, I believe a while back we saw Anant Tamani also with his partner, with his wife, and also we had some more VIP guests who have just crossed from this road. This is the Rampal where I'm reporting from, and we can see people have lined up here, and the supporters.
जय श्री राम। आज अयोध्या की इस पावन नगरी पे भगवान श्री राम जी की जो प्राण प्रतिष्ठा पुनः प्रतिष्ठा हो रही है, पूरी अयोध्या नगरी अपने परम आराध्य के स्वागत के लिए पलक पावड़े बिछाकर पूरी तैयार खड़ी हुई है। और मैं इस अवसर पर भगवान श्री राम से यही प्रार्थना करता हूँ कि इस भारत का मंगल हो, सर्वधर्म समभाव, और भगवान समस्त भारतवासियों को जो है पुण्य अपना पूरा
जी as you see, of course there are people of very the young
जय श्री राम एक ही नाम
जय श्री राम की जय। आप लोग बाहर से आए और आज आप लोग अपने लीडर्स की भी झलक देना चाहते हैं।
मैंने इंग्लिश का कर दिया।
लीडर्स के पीछे नहीं, आज हमारे
कर दिया
अपने घर में 500 साल बाद
नहीं गया ना, मैंने अभी अगर कम्युनिटी पोस्ट
People with tirangas are also here with the national flag and also with the Bhagwa flag. So Tiranga and Hanumanji flag, you can see both. You can see twin flags in fact here. So because we have been constantly, of course, stressing on the point that Ram Mandir, what is going to happen right now, in just a few moments from now, is beyond cultures, is beyond communities, is beyond borders. It's something that unites everybody. It reflects the essence of life.
अभी वीडियो छोड़ो। बंगला में कौन सा वाला? हाँ?
So it's the beginning.
मोदी वाला मैं ही डालती हूँ, तुम हटा।
जय हनुमान जी महाराज।
It's the beginning of a new dawn. You can see.
अबे 1 लाख नहीं चल रहा, वो तो 5,000 चल रहा है।
As many of the leaders and many of the people we meet here say that Ram Raj is going to start from now onwards. And Jai Shri Ram since morning till this time, and of course Prime Minister has landed. He is en route the Ram Mandir. We believe he will be taking a dip at the Saryu River also, and then he will head for all the rituals, and we will see Ram Lala's idol being infused with life. The Pran Pratishtha happening. So of course everybody wants to speak to media, and they're very excited in the run-up to the grand ceremony that we are going to see. It's a star-studded affair with more than 7,000 VIP guests who have queued up. We of course are getting all our viewers the list of the guests also. But here at Rampath, we're expecting some more VVIP movement, and we will keep our viewers updated with who all are attending this grand Pran Pratishtha ceremony also, and of course the live coverage straight from Ayodhya with our biggest network of reporters. Back to you in the studio, Shavan.
All right, Rakshita there with the backdrop, and we are back to the beautiful pictures of the Ram temple in its full glory, waiting for that occasion, the momentous occasion when Lord Ram Lala Pran Pratishtha would happen. How much time? 11:13 now, 12:29 is the exact 84-second Muhurat when it starts. And so, about 1 hour, 10 minutes, 1 hour, 20 minutes. Prime Minister all set to arrive anytime now, possibly in the next 5 minutes. She has already landed. All right, let's listen to some more reactions, including of MIB Anurag Thakur. All right, we are just trying to connect the audio, but then again, the pictures still remain same, that of the old decked up, beautiful, beautiful pictures of Ram temple. I mean, it must be something to be present in that crowd and amid those people, and to be soaking in that moment. It's a memory of a lifetime. It's a memory of a lifetime for individuals present there. It's a memory of you know, historical proportions in the life of the nation, and it's a memory of ages in the life of the civilization. And I think this is going to be a cherished moment for everyone involved in whichever manner. We in the studios, those reporters on the ground, the policemen on their duty there, those people who have stood down to do some seva. People who have travelled from all across the country just to be in Ayodhya, even if they are not invited, and see these pictures. All these pictures of these people. Of course, the VIPs, the dignitaries, the celebrities get to be the faces. But this is a struggle, a battle that has raged for 5 centuries by hundreds, thousands, lakhs of people, nameless, faceless, Namdhari, Sikhs, Hindus, everyone, many of them Muslims. There was, in fact, I was reading a report of a Muslim car sevak who had participated in car seva in 90s. He's in Jaipur. He was very unhappy that he was not invited. But then it has been a struggle for a nation's soul. And today, that soul is
भगवान वाले पे कभी भी पीछे काला नहीं चलता। इतना
किसने बनाया? अरे ये इंग्लिश का स्ट्रीम रूट कर रखा है इसके।
बांग्ला का किया, कन्नड़ा किया, हिंदी किया। कन्नड़ा को हेल्प किया, इंग्लिश का स्ट्रीम रूट
बात करना पड़ेगा।
करता हूँ क्या?
तो मेरे पास फोन ही नहीं आया।
VIP होके मैंने बोल दिया था आपको।
बात करता हूँ भारत राष्ट्रीय व्हाट्सएप डिजिटल बताना पड़ा।
Well, those are the images coming in right from inside the Mandir premises. In a short while from now, Pran Pratishtha ceremony is going to begin, and as they say, this is the very moment that India has been waiting for years put together. 500 years long battle that was fought by many, and today we finally see justice being delivered, and the very fact it's recognition of the birthplace of Lord Ram. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the image that many have been waiting for. Many have been saying that perhaps this is a
इंटरनेट पे मिल जाएंगी बना के, ठीक है। इजी क्विक थम्स।
हिंदी पे बना रहा हूँ। हिंदी पे कितने स्ट्रीम चल रहे हैं? एक सिंगल टाइप दे दो और उसी को ना इंग्लिश भी कर दो। आज अब टैग कर रहा हूँ, ठीक है।
बीस नहीं है, 14 हो गया। इसमें हिंदी में देखना, एक इमेज वैसे उठा लो जो पढ़े हो पहले।
अरे ऐसे कैसे छोड़ दो तुम्हें?
जय श्री राम।
नॉर्मल तो वैसे ही बन रहे हैं हमारे। अभी तो 12 बजे तो नॉर्मल बना देगा।
पद को बढ़ाने के लिए समय है हमारे बीच आदरणीय पार्षद अनुराधा पौडवाल जी और उनकी पुत्री कविता पौडवाल।
कनाडा पे बोलो उसको प्राण प्रतिष्ठा पे लाइव बनाए जल्दी। हाँ उसको मैं ये बना के फिर कर रहा हूँ। दीपक यार उसको रूट करो आप लोग। वैसे मैं कर ले रहा था। रुक जाओ छोड़ो किसी को। ओबीएस स्टार्ट करो। ओबीएस स्टार्ट करो। ओबीएस हाँ
हेलो
कनाडा वाले से बात करके आप इंग्लिश रूट करो, बांग्ला रूट करो, उसको बात करो उससे। सीखो, नहीं आता सीखो, उठा के
वो रूट करना सिखाओ।
मेन लाइव स्ट्रीम उठाओ कनाडा बांग्ला दोनों का। बांग्ला और इंग्लिश का मेन लाइव स्ट्रीम उठा दोनों का। मेरा नहीं कर रहा।
नहीं कर रहा। लाइव चला रखे
3-4 चल रहा है,
फिर भी नहीं कर रहा।
इसके फटाक से टैगिंग करना। प्राण प्रतिष्ठा वाला टैग करो।
कौन सा मेल है कनाडा का? मेल लाइव कौन सा है?
मेल लाइव
ऐसा उठो, जरा उठो, पूरा से
क्या
दिखाओ, सिस्टम दिखाओ। तुम टैगिंग करो उसका। प्राण प्रतिष्ठा का सारा टैग उठाना, पीएम मोदी के साथ टैग निकालना
अपने। ठीक है
भाई, रामदास अठावले थोड़ी ना बॉलीवुड में जाएगा। बहुत यार क्या कर रहे हो?
लॉक चला गया आज तक का।
अभी कुछ नहीं। धोनी और विराट कोहली भी डाल देता हूँ ना। हाँ पहुंचेंगे ना, बता दो ये डाल दूंगा। रोड शो नहीं करा इसने, कुछ नहीं है, डायरेक्ट डालो।
तो पोल कितना चला वो
पब्लिक कर दो, पब्लिक अभी मत करो, अभी ऐसे रन दो, प्राइवेट रन दो, प्राइवेट रन दो, फिर इससे करेंगे। नहीं चल पाएगा, उस पे वो मना कर रहा है, फिनिश करने के लिए बोल रहा है। प्राइवेट फिनिश करके वो करो, फिर पूरा कट जाए। दोबारा शेड्यूल करो, कितने लाइव चल रहा देखना। दस चल रहा है, उसमें जो एकदम कम उसको बंद करो। ये 11 देख रहा कोई, 11 वाला को बंद करो, 11 वाली बंद करो उसको, डिलीट। नहीं अबे स्टॉप करो स्ट्रीम, इस पे क्लिक करो। हाँ रीडायरेक्ट करके स्टॉप स्ट्रीम है ना। हाँ।